financial transformation, sebab kalau you boleh buat financial transformation, you akan dapat transform your life. If you punya monthly installment hari ni komitmen bulanan 4,000 and 4,000 tu jatuh jadi 2,000 ataupun 1,000, you akan ada additional 2,000 tu 3,000 sebulan. Untuk buat apa? Untuk buat simpanan, untuk you belanja untuk keluarga. Boleh bagi duit ekstra pada mak ayah, boleh bagi duit ekstra pada isteri. Okay? When you have additional cash, your life will be better. Betul ke tak betul, guys? Right? When you have additional cash, your life is going to be better. Because money is not everything, tapi everything important perlukan duit. Betul ke tak betul? Right? To eat healthy, mahal. Nak bagi anak sekolah tuition elok-elok, mahal. Right? Holiday, tak murah. That's just the reality. Majority of us, before umur 30, nak bagi parents RM500 pun susah. Not because kita kedekut. The reality is that we really don't have it. Right? I don't blame young people today. It costs a lot of money to stay dekat city center. Okay? So, what you learn today, when you can transform your financial punya situation, you will be able to go transform you punya life. If you can pay off 2, 3, 4 loan dalam masa 3 tahun, you akan dapat simpan additional a couple of thousand every month. That a couple of thousand, your children will be able to go eat better, study better, get access to better teachers. If parents sakit, you can give them access to good medical attention. Because I met client, betul-betul text I, FR, terima kasih banyak-banyak, duit cashback sekata 50,000 masuk. Now I can hantar my father to hospital. Private. Dia dah lama sakit, tapi dia macam sakit mata macam tu lah. So it's not like macam urgent apa semua tu, tapi dia dah lama nak buat benda tu, dia tak dapat nak buat sebab tak ada duit. Now sebab duit cashback tu, dia boleh hantar parent dia. Ya, bapa dia tu untuk dapat treatment. Ada yang settlekan hutang keluarga. Ya, ada yang hantar mak ayah pergi haji ataupun umrah. Right? So, again, money is not everything. But everything that is important normally needs money. I hear memang kan yang cakap, tak apalah FR, dia banyak-banyak bukan boleh bawa masuk kubur pun. Ya bang, masuk kubur tu bila? Kapan? Is it tomorrow? Kalau tomorrow senang cerita. But if it's 20 years from now, you need money to live. Right? That's just the reality. Right? So for me, I'm hoping that you dapat banyak ilmu malam ni, dapat inspirasi daripada case study klien yang ada dekat Far Capital ni, supaya you juga boleh mulakan your personal financial transformation. Sebab bila you dapat buat financial transformation, you akan dapat ubah hidup you. You akan dapat buat life transformation. Okay? So, ni summary untuk malam ni. Okay, ni summary untuk malam ni. Yang paling penting is that you dah dapat ilmu ni. I hope you do something. Okay, you akan buat something with the ilmu. Right? Sebab you tahu je ilmu ni tapi tak buat apa-apa, hidup you tak akan berubah. Ya? Semua orang tahu macam mana dapat six packs, macam mana nak bina muscle. Right? Tapi tak ramai orang sanggup buat. Sebab benda tu tak senang. Okay? So, ada yang tanya lah kan, macam mana nak start buat platform ni. Okay, so now, I'm going to do a quick introduction of Far Capital. And macam cakap tadi, kita ada service free, kita juga ada service yang berbayar. Okay, so this is part of service berbayar. Tapi bayaran dia so far sangat mampu milik, right? Bukan mampu tengok saja. Kita ada beberapa package yang you boleh consider untuk menjadi klien, right? So, and malam ni you ada dua pilihan. Satu, you dah belajar benda ni, you ada pilihan untuk tak buat apa-apa, and hidup you akan sama je for the next 3 tahun. Ataupun, Dia boleh join kita malam ni untuk naikkan income, naikkan savings, beli property yang lebih baik, beli property yang takkan merugikan dan boleh kurangkan hutang. So again, servis kita ni is untuk mereka yang perlu guide untuk buat kelima-lima benda ni. Right? Siapa yang nak bantuan, nak guidance, nak kita guide one-on-one, semua tu macam mana nak buat benda ni. Then, you pilih untuk jadi klien malam ni. Okay? And ni adalah sebab kenapa you nak jadi klien. You nak kurangkan hutang in the next 36 bulan. You nak naikkan you punya savings. You nak beli property yang below market, tak merugikan, dan you nak naikkan you punya income bulanan. Okay? So, if you ada goal ni, ada keperluan ni, anda boleh join kita as a client malam. Okay? So, kalau tahun 2014, 2019 dulu, inilah harga nak jadi far capital client. 10,000 hingga 19,000. Ni harga T20 lah. Ni harga zaman dulu. Okay? Now, hari ni, okay, inilah harga asal untuk package untuk tahun ni. Ini untuk harga mereka yang join jadi klien sebelum jam 12 malam ini. So, instead of bayar, contohnya, RM4,000 untuk package A ni, now you bayar cuma 2,880 untuk package 3 tahun jadi klien. So, bayar 2,880 ni one time, dia akan dapat jadi klien untuk 3 tahun. So, maksudnya you bayar lebih kurang RM80 sebulan untuk jadi klien. Itu investment you. Untuk package A. Package B, which is the best one, is package 7 tahun. So, package A dengan package B untuk mereka yang ada duit lebih sikit untuk bayar lump sum. Now, package C adalah package rahmah lah, senang cerita. Right? 900 whereby advance fee untuk 6 bulan, you bayar malam ni. And then bulan ke-7, you bayar RM150 per bulan. Okay? So, ini adalah harga untuk mereka yang jadi klien sebelum jam 12 malam ini. Lepas jam 12, dia akan balik kepada harga asal lah. Bayar RM4,000 untuk package A, RM10,000 untuk package B 7 tahun, RM1,800 untuk package C. You daftar sebelum jam 12 ni, this is harga malam ini. Ya, sebelum jam 12. Now, again, kita ada package free, kita juga ada package berbayar. Free tadi dapat apa macam cakap tadi? You nak beli property yang penuhi 3 kriteria tu saja. Boleh cover 70% of installment, beli pada harga paling murah, right, dan tak merugikan. Okay. And then you nak beli property yang boleh diduduki. Mereka yang nak bayar ni is mereka yang nak cashback lebih pada 30,000. You nak 50,000, you nak 100,000. Right? You nak beli property yang boleh bagi cash flow 500 hingga 1,000 sebulan, then you kena beli investment grade property. Untuk beli investment grade property, kena bayar. Ini servis berbayar. Right? So, kita ada servis free untuk property yang you bakal beli untuk own stay. Yang ni servis berbayar untuk investment untuk mereka yang ada goal, nak capai goal tu masa 3 tahun. Okay. So, by the way, untuk package C, minimum kontrak kita adalah 3 tahun. So, ini 3 tahun. Right? Package A, maksudnya memang bayar 3 tahun tu, you bayar in lump sum. Okay, 2,880. So, beza dia antara package A, B dengan C ni is basically on the one-on-one. Yang lain semua sama, guys. You akan beli property yang sama, harga yang sama, mata yang sama. So, orang yang bayar package B, jadi because you bayar lebih sikit malam ni, doesn't mean you dapat beli dulu, tak ada. Dan perbezaan dia adalah 2 benda je. Satu is that the number of sesi one-on-one yang you bakal dapat. And nombor 2 adalah berapa yang you akan bayar per bulan lah basically. Lepas you dah divide. Okay. So, package B paling murah. Package B paling murah. Right? Daripada segi bayaran per bulan, paling value for money sebab you akan dapat 7 session of one-on-one. So, every session of one-on-one is harga dia RM900, guys. RM900. So, apa yang akan dapat daripada one-on-one ni? One-on-one ni kita akan bagi tahu apa yang you perlu buat. Right? So, macam nak kurangkan hutang, property apa yang patut dibeli, you punya financial screening report, and apa yang akan buat dalam 3 tahun untuk capai kepada goal you. Contohnya, dia cakap goal lepas 3 tahun, aku nak mati komitmen 4,000 ni tak ada dah. So, kita akan buat plan for 3 tahun, apa yang nak kena buat untuk sampai benda tu. From one session ni. So, benda ni mahal sikit, right? So, right, so free version tak ada one-on-one, dia dapat sekali financial report punya screening tu, kita akan hantar online. right? Tapi you tak dapat debt consolidation program, macam nak kurangkan hutang, you tak dapat macam nak naikkan income, you tak dapat beli investment grade property, you tak ada access to 20 live punya Q&A, and you tak ada online education module. Paid program, you akan dapat semua ni. So far clear ke? Between free dengan paid tu apa beza dia guys? Free untuk beli property for own stay. Cover 70% installment, bukan cover 100%. Cashback 30 hingga 50 ribu macam tu. Okay? So, you nak beli property untuk diduduki, own stay yang selamat, you just free saja. Tak payah jadi klien. Kalau itu goal you, nak beli satu property, nak duduk sendiri. Okay? But, you want to buy investment grade property, boleh dapat you 1000 positive cash flow, boleh dapat 100,000 cashback. You nak beli property yang macam ni, kena jadi paid client. You want to get property at 30, 40, 50% discount, 70% discount, you have to be a paid client. Kalau property macam ni tak banyak, rare. Is this suitable for beginner? Lagilah suitable sebab kalau tak, nanti you akan senang kena tipu beli property yang salah. Right? When you are beginner, we're gonna guide you A to Z macam mana nak beli, and you just jujur je guys. Right? Now, when you become a client, you just have to be honest saja. So, I do 2 to 3 sessions per week of nak beli property apa. So, you just datang je lepas dah jadi client tu, jujur je. FR, I tak ada modal. I nak beli property, I nak kahwin lagi 3 tahun. Right? I nak beli property, I nak kahwin lagi 3 tahun, what property should I buy? Then I will tell you, okay brother, you nak kahwin lagi 3 tahun, you perlukan probably about 30-50,000 capital untuk kahwin. Right? And you duduk kat KL, you probably want to buy this property. Right? So, I akan tunjuk pergi beli property A, property ni boleh bagi 100,000 cashback. Means, the cost to own the property becomes free. Okay? The cost to own the property, renovation apa semua tu dah settle lah. On top of that, you ada 50,000 additional cash. Right? Untuk kahwin tu. Faham tak guys? Once you become a client, just datang jujur saja dengan masalah kewangan anda, and I will tell you, go buy this property, or go buy that property, or go buy this property. Ada orang cakap, FR, saya ada hutang parah. My car loan plus personal loan, setiap bulan 5,000 sebulan ni, 200,000. Right? What property should I buy? I will tell you, pergi beli property ni sebab property ni boleh bagi cashback or 250,000. By end of this year, you punya car habis bayar, you punya personal loan pun dah habis bayar. Your commitment bulanan daripada 5,000 tu akan jatuh pergi ke RM1,000. Just jujur saja lepas dah jadi klien. Clear? Ada modal, cakap ada modal, tak ada modal, cakap tak ada modal. Jujur saja dengan goal yang kita akan bagi tahu, okay, go buy this property, go buy that property. Kan, senang kan? Hidup kan, lepas jadi far capital client, you akan dapat shortcut. FR, this is my problem, what property should I buy? And I will tell you, okay, go buy property A, go buy property B. Untuk mereka yang sign up jadi client, right, before pukul 12 malam ni, now, and for the first 30, kita akan bagi you this thing called money back guarantee. Okay? Now, kita punya money back guarantee ni ada 2 benda. Satu here that, if you become a client for the next 36 bulan ni, you don't get any result at all. Hutang tak berkurang, property pun gagal beli, right? Income pun tak naik. We will give you a full refund. Okay? If you join as a client, you masuk kelas, and you buat apa yang kita ajarkan tu, but you do not get result. Tak dapat result, you just minta je refund lepas 36 bulan. Okay? But, if you dah masuk kelas tapi you yang tak buat, dan tak dapat result, dan tak boleh lah minta refund. Masuk kelas, buat, and then memang tak dapat result, you ask for a full refund. Okay? Number 2, money back guarantee here is that if you can buy a property cheaper than what we are buying as of today kat Fakat, because kita ada buat discount kan, kita punya guarantee is that you cannot buy cheaper. If you can buy cheaper from the same developer outside, then you can ask for a full refund juga. Okay? So again, this money back guarantee ni is for people who are signing up first 30 yang sign up before pukul 12 malam ini. So lepas 36 bulan tak dapat result, minta saja refund. Ada orang tanya, what happen kalau you tak dapat loan? So guys, remember kita ada one-on-one. Daripada one-on-one tu kita akan bagi tahu whether you boleh dapat loan ataupun tak. Okay, so that's the process. And then, if you tak boleh dapat loan, we will teach you how to be able to get loan in the next 3 bulan, 6 bulan or 1 year from now. Take commission earner, boleh ke dapat loan? Lepas 101 tu, you akan tahu dah, you can get a loan ataupun tidak today. If you can get a loan, kita akan beritahu berapa loan tu. If you tak boleh dapat loan, kita akan ajar you how to be able to go and get loan. If lepas 3 tahun, you still cannot get loan, lepas kita dah ajar, you dah pergi buat, you just ask for a full refund. So unless you are successful, you get a full refund. Boleh? Clear guys? So guys, before kita move to Q&A, I think life is very simple. Kalau you nak benda yang you tak pernah dapat, you kena berani buat benda yang you tak pernah buat. So if today, every month, you pergi kerja, dapat gaji 5,000, minggu pertama tinggal 1,000 je. Nak bayar hutang dan apa semua tu, and tak mampu nak save dan apa semua tu, you kena tukar. You punya pola. Because if you don't change, nothing will change. Right? You need to berani buat benda yang tak pernah buat. And again, by becoming a client malam ni, based on our success story of client apa semua tu, you know already what we can do. You know our secret, you know macam mana kita buat. Daripada cara kita beli property below market, all the way cara nak pastikan penyewa tu sentiasa ada. So, kalau you nak benda yang tak pernah dapat, you kena berani buat benda yang tak pernah dapat. Okay? So, with that, I end my presentation malam ni. And kita boleh move to Q&A.
Alright. Okay. Sekejap. Saya check. Chat buka tak? Okay. So how's everyone? Apakah macam mana after tengok tadi, semua okay ke? Semua masih okay? Okay tak? Okay tak? Okay, alright. Rose okay, Mar okay, alright. So now the I think highlight lah untuk sesi webinar biasanya setiap hari Ahad. Amy baru masuk kita tak ada recording Amy, sorry. So I would like to invite juga for those yang ada kat Zoom ni, kita ada stream juga dekat TikTok. So siapa yang dekat TikTok tu, jom join masuk Zoom. So you guys can ask question, boleh tanya soalan. And if you guys have any question, boleh letakkan di bahagian Q&A. Sebab kalau dekat chat, mungkin dia baru masuk kan, so saya explain sikit lah, sebab dekat chat tu dia akan tenggelam and also kita tak boleh track soalan mana yang dah jawab, soalan mana yang belum, kita akan ikut turutan, okay? So, without melengah-lengahkan masa, I would like to invite, this is FR, Faizul Ridzuan. Mungkin sebab ramai yang baru hari ni, first time bos, yang baru join, yang tak pernah join lagi. So this is Mr. Faizul Ridzuan atau FR, nama manja, nama manja FR. How did, oh tak dengar bos, tak ada suara. How are you today? Check, kita sound check dulu, sound check. Mungkin ada yang tak pernah tengok kan? Eye opening. Thank you Ranjit.
Testing.
Alright.
Betul.
Cuba again.
Testing. Boleh dengar?
Alright. Boleh. How are you today?
Okay. Not bad. You know, can be better.
Can be
Sihat.
better.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Alright. Okay, kita ada banyak soalan malam ni, including macam ada hot question juga. Tapi since we receive quite a lot, lebih 10 soalan yang tanya tentang package. Can you maybe sebelum kita ke Q&A yang sebenar, maybe you can explain again untuk bahagian package tu, mungkin ada yang tak faham lagi, mungkin ada yang masuk lambat tadi kan. Apa benefit yang diorang dapat if they become a client, and what's the difference between yang free and also premium.
Okay, sekejap. Boleh see ke my full screen ke tak boleh? So guys, we are getting a lot of questions dekat Q&A pasal package. So you know, just give me 5 minit. Let me just explain simpler our package tu macam mana, what you're gonna get dan apa semua tu. Boleh guys? Just 5 minit. Let me explain. Lepas ni, shouldn't we have any more soalan berkenaan dengan package? Boleh So kita fokus dekat bahagian ni. So basically, kita ada 3 package malam ni. So basically ada 4 lah. Kita ada yang percuma, ada 3 yang berbayar. Okay. So guys, untuk mereka yang memang nak beli satu saja property, and you nak beli property tu untuk diduduki, own stay, dan anda just ambil package percuma tu yang kita dah tunjuk daripada awal webinar tu, whereby you register. So faham guys? untuk beli rumah sebiji, untuk own stay, tak kisah pasal rental, tak kisah pasal cashback, bahagian tu kita buat percuma. Tak payah nak bayar apa-apa. Okay. Now, mereka yang nak ambil package berbayar ni adalah mereka yang dalam kategori yang nak ada goal macam ni. Right? Mereka nak kurangkan hutang bulanan, mereka nak naikkan savings, mereka nak beli property really below market value, dan mereka yang nak beli property yang boleh bagi dia 500,000 tiap bulan. So faham guys? Untuk beli property yang biasa, benda tu free. Untuk diduduki sendiri, tak kisah untung rugi, right? Asalkan penuhi 3 kriteria tu, it's free. Anda tak perlu bayar apa-apa. Right? But if you nak beli property yang boleh bagi you cashback, boleh bagi you cash flow, really below market value, then you kena daftar to become a client sebab property macam ni tak banyak. So kita memang hanya boleh bagi kepada klien saja. So clear guys, siapa patut go for free, siapa yang patut bayar. Bahagian ni clear ke tak clear guys? Right? Sebab nanti Atta nak pula cakap, ini nak suruh kita bayar. Tak ada guys. Kita ada, if you want to buy just one property untuk diduduki sendiri, that one is free. Alright, don't need to pay. But if you nak beli property yang 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 below market value, you nak buat duit, you nak bayar hutang, you nak dapat cashback, and apa semua tu, yang tu memang package berbayar. So clear guys, free dengan berbayar. Ya. Now, untuk yang berbayar, basically kita ada 3 package, right? Kita ada 3 package. Package A, package B, package C. Now, package A is 3 tahun, anda bayar lump sum RM2,880. Anda tak perlu bayar apa-apa dah lepas tu. Ya, kecuali booking untuk property dan apa semua tu lah. Right? So, anda bayar 2,880, for the next 3 tahun, tak perlu nak bayar apa-apa. Tak perlu bayar per bulan RM150. Yang tu cuma perlu bayar bulan ke-37 ataupun lepas 3 tahun kalau anda nak sambung lagi become a far capital client, bayar RM150 per bulan. So itu untuk package A 3 tahun. Package B is package 7 tahun, which is 4880. So anda bayar 4880 ni maksudnya anda dapat jadi klien 7 tahun, tak perlu nak bayar apa-apa ekstra setiap bulan hinggalah tahun ke-8. Okay? Dan package C adalah whereby kalau anda tak mampu nak bayar lump sum 2,880 and nak bayar 4,880 tu, okay, then anda boleh pergi kepada package C, which is 900 per bulan, 900 kali bayar tu, lepas tu tiap bulan bayar RM150. Okay? So, I apologize for the typo tu, 2,880 tu is actually RM2,880, bukan RM28,000. So thank you for highlighting. So, bahagian package A, B dengan C clear. Now, anda tak kira lah ambil package A, B ataupun C, the benefit is the same. The only difference is harga per bulan or your investment per bulan yang you bayar. If you ambil package A, means you bayar roughly about RM80 per month. If you ambil package B, roughly you bayar RM58 per month. If you bayar package C, means you bayar memang RM150 per bulan. Okay? Minimum contract guys is 3 tahun for package C. Right? So our contract is minimum 3 tahun. Okay? So tak kira package A, package B ataupun package C, minimum contract kita is memang 3 tahun. Now, kenapa kita perlukan 3 tahun? Very simple. Guys, I cannot change your life within 3 bulan. I'm very confident if you sign up to become a client malam ni, you will accomplish at least satu of this within the next 3 tahun. There are some client yang lebih agresif, dia akan dapat buat kesemua benda ni over 3 tahun. So bukan dapat satu benda je, boleh kurangkan hutang, naikkan savings, boleh langsaikan hutang-hutang jahat yang ada, dan juga boleh beli beberapa property below market. Good property. Right? So package A, package B, package C, bahagian ni clear guys. There's no difference. Beli property yang sama, anda akan dapat information yang sama. Right? Tak ada orang cakap privilege lebih ke untuk bayar 4880 ni. Right? Unless ada satu saja perbezaan antara tiga-tiga package ni, which is Package A, you ada 3 sesi one-on-one. Package B ada 7 session one-on-one. Dan package C dapat 1 session one-on-one. So, perbezaan antara 3 package ni, selain daripada harga lump sum yang perlu dibayar upfront, is berapa banyak one-on-one yang you akan dapat. Okay? Bahagian ni clear, guys? Ya? Package kita macam mana, harga berapa. Now, soalan yang biasa dapat, boleh tak saya ambil package A terlebih dahulu, lepas tu saya pergi average pada package B later. You can do that within 1 month after become a client. You boleh upgrade, no problem. Okay? So ada soalan kat sini, can I join as a client using household income or join as individual? Guys, you have to remember, this is a family package. When you become a client, bukan you seorang saja akan dapat benefit to become a client ni. You boleh bawa masuk spouse. You boleh bawa masuk family member kalau you nak. They can become your investment partner. So when you pay, katalah 4,800 ni, is not you seorang je dapat beli property. You, your spouse, adik-beradik, kalau yang mana yang dah matang sikit tu ada anak-anak yang baru start kerja, they can always buy under the same package, under your family package. This is a family package rather than one individual. Okay. Chong, you can pay extra to request for one-on-one session. Farah, my team will conduct the one-on-one session. Okay. Siva Balan, ada limit ke property yang kita boleh beli? Tak ada. Selagi 3 tahun tu, you nak beli 1 pun boleh, you nak beli sampai 5 pun boleh. There's no limit. If you mampu, you can buy as many property as possible. Okay. Okay tak join kalau saya kerja overseas? Lagi sesuai. Right? Because you can outsource a lot of things. Now, I have to also warn you right now, kita ni dah sampai, package ni is only up until bulan ni saja. Okay. We are revising this package. Okay, we are revising this package. I think ada orang tanya tadi, Siva Balan tanya, ada limit to the property yang kita boleh purchase ataupun tidak. Right? Now, under this current package, there's no limit for the next 3 tahun or 7 years. Okay. Now, under the new package, most likely, starting from next month, we'll have a package harga lebih kurang sama, but it will be only for one property purchase saja. For one property purchase. So, siapa yang join bulan ni, you can still buy unlimited number of property for the next 3 bulan. Starting from next month, most likely, kita tak pandai lagi, tapi most likely, you bayar tu, you boleh beli sekali saja. Lepas tu, kalau you nak beli sekali lagi property tu, you kena bayar lagi. Extra. So, I have to let you know first. We are changing our package next month. So, sekarang lagi berbaloi lah. So, bahagian package clear ke guys? Yeah? Alright. So, we have package free, which is to buy for own stay property, and for those who wants cashback, who wants cash flow, who wants to buy really below market property, then kita ada package berbayar whereby you have to invest. But normally lah, when you bayar 2880 ni or you invest 2880 ni, the property that you're gonna buy from us is actually a lot cheaper. Okay, so I give you an example macam I cakap tadi. Right. This property, for example, if you beli through us, is 70,000 cheaper. This property, for example, if you buy through us, is actually 80,000 ringgit cheaper. So for your 2,800 ringgit investment, you get to save 60,000, 70,000 ringgit. Okay. Daniel, Singaporean sign up for package B, no problem. We have quite a fair bit of clients of our capital from Singapore, either Malaysia PR ataupun actual Singaporean. Okay. Bahagian ini clear ke? So we can move on already to the next punya apa tu? Soalan. Bahagian package dah okay ya, clear guys? Ada orang tanya pasal installment. So guys, the installment kita tak ada under far capital, tetapi if you pay using credit card, right? If you pay using credit card, okay? If you pay using credit card, public bank ada dia punya monthly installment, you can call them and ask for monthly installment. Maybank ada monthly installment package, EPP dia. So you can pay using credit card malam ni, and then tomorrow just call your bank and tanya to convert into monthly installment. So ada bank boleh bagi 12 bulan, ada bank boleh bagi 24 bulan, ada bank boleh bagi sampai 36 bulan. Right? Up until 36 months. For those who need installment, so please pay using credit card. I know for a fact, Maybank, Public Bank, you know, all the major banks akan ada this thing called EPP. Okay, if you want installment lah. Right? So ada soalan ni, if Asana package B, how much monthly payment? Guys, if you go for package A and package B, you pay one lump sum sahaja. You don't need to pay any more installment every month. Right? For package A and package B, you pay lump sum. For package A, you pay 2880, means for 3 tahun. Don't need to pay anything anymore every month. After 4th year saja, right? 4th year onwards saja, baru you have to pay RM150 if you want to continue. For package B, it's up until 7 years. You pay 4,800 tonight. It's a package for 7 years. For the next 7 years, you don't have to pay anything anymore in terms of monthly installment. Clear? The only one you have to pay monthly installment is package C, whereby you pay RM900 tonight, and then bulan ke-7 onwards, you pay RM150. Clear? Okay? And the installment macam cakap tadi, right? Please go with your respective bank punya offer of EPP, right? You can swap using credit card malam ni, and then after that, tomorrow, ask for EPP from your bank. Most banks, to my knowledge, ada EPP plan. Okay? Clear bagian package ni? And like I said, package ni, next month, no more. Next month, most likely, harga lebih kurang sama, tetapi is for one purchase saja. If you want to buy second purchase, you have to pay. Anwar, harga property berbeza ke dengan yang subscribe dengan yang tak subscribe? If you buy, ambil yang free punya tu, you don't have access to property yang under far capital ni. You get to buy own stay property sahaja. Right? So it's not about perbezaan harga. You don't even get to buy property yang boleh bagi 50,000, 100,000 cashback, 500,000 ringgit sebulan. Property macam ni tak akan ada untuk mereka yang bukan klien. This type of property deal tak ada, tak wujud untuk mereka yang bukan klien. Right? This type of property yang boleh bagi you 100,000 cashback, 1,000 per month cash flow, tidak ada for non-clients. Okay? Yang free tu boleh akan dapat for own stay property, not investment related. You want to buy the best deal, best property yang boleh bagi you cashback, cash flow, then you have to sign up to become a client. You have to subscribe to become a member. Clear?
All right. Okay. So if you have any more question regarding package, you can ask in the Q&A. Boleh letak dalam Q&A. Our team will try to help. Okay. Okay, bos. I dah start nak baca. Ada banyak soalan panas malam ni. Saya bacakan. Yang pertama ni saya ada 4 soalan. Okay. Yang pertama dari Izzat. If you don't mind, what's your agenda and why are you doing this? It's really just too good to be true. There's just no way you can just help people. I wonder why. And then dia siap pesan lagi admin, kalau tak nak jawab pun tak apa. Okay. Second from Debbie. When developer allow you to purchase in bulk, this normally means it's unsold unit, which also leads to that particular project is not good and hard to sell. With this being said, can you explain the risk of the market value for this property will drop lower than the market during exit? Next from Tira Azman, may I know any risk arise? And last one from Charul. Soalan, maaf tanya, berapa percentage record far capital gagal dalam memberikan nasihat dan servis?
Okay. So soalan pertama tadi boleh ulang balik ya sebab banyak. So,
if you don't mind, what's your agenda and why you are doing this? There's no way you can just want to help people.
Okay. Okay, it's a very difficult question, but I guess kita kena answer, right? And I already cakap daripada awal, whatever question you have, kita akan jawab, right? So what's basically our agenda? Kita ada, I would say agenda kita tu kita boleh divide into two. One is a commercial agenda and the other one is a goal punya agenda, right? So I'm gonna say commercial agenda. All right, I'm gonna talk about how we make money. Right? So, guys, very simple. When you buy a property through Far Capital, we get paid. Right? So it's not for free. Right? We get paid. Right? That's true. Yeah. So and kita, we have aims to become a public listed company next year. So we want to go for IPO dekat Malaysia. So doakanlah guys, ya, kalau boleh, right? And so from a commercial agenda point of view, when you buy a property through this platform, right, we stand to gain. We're going to make money. Okay? And the more people buy from this Far Capital punya platform, the better for us. So that's why I don't mind educating for free. Right? So I hope people are clear. There's always a commercial agenda. So I don't mind sharing. We've never shy away bila orang tanya, do we make money ke? Kenapa kita nak baik sangat? I say, we're not baik sangat. We are doing it for commercial reason. Okay? So that's very clearly number one. Now, then the question you potentially might ask is that, hey, if that's the case, what's the difference of beli dekat Far Capital punya platform ni versus beli kat luar? Right? That's normally the case, kan? Then what's the difference? Right? So there's going to be a couple of difference bila you beli dekat Far Capital platform, because I have to work hard to make sure that you want to buy property through our platform. Right? So now, number one here is that I dah cakap daripada awal tadi, when you buy through this platform, number one, you buy property price point at a price point which is lagi murah berbanding pada luar. Right? So that's obvious benefit number one. Right? You get to buy cheaper. Right? This property kat luar, harga SPA 450,000. Lepas discount is 380,000. Far Capital client gets to buy this at 282,000. To the point, there's no capital required. Tidak ada modal diperlukan. MOT, duit renovation, semua dapat. Okay? So, this is one deal, right? For this particular deal, for example, right? This property, kalau kat luar, you have to pay 70,000 extra and you dapat a bare unit. Dengan Far Capital, you dapat 70,000 cheaper and it's partly furnished. So the savings of what you get bila you beli through Far Capital punya platform ni is that you save berpuluh ribu lah. So that's point number one, right? Harga tu. When you buy through us, you buy the different price point. You buy the safer price. Now, number two here is that we have criteria, guys. Right? If you become a Far Capital client, we have to buy based on numbers. So that means the numbers must make sense. You get it? Kat luar, people will sell you whatever property that they have, irrespective whether you make money ataupun you lose money. Right? Kat Far Capital, we can't. We have to really pick property yang boleh buat duit, baru kita bagi kat client. Okay? So, first is that harga berbeza. Nombor dua here is that they have no criteria, we have criteria. In order for us to recommend any property to you, from a number punya point of view, it has to make sense. It has to be safe enough. Okay? In this particular deal, for example, right? Harga dulu 1 million, guys. Today, our client are buying at 560,000. It's almost half price. Right? So for us, in order to bring a deal that we think is going to be safe for you tu, harga kena berbeza, and then we have to meet all of the criteria yang kita cakap tu. Okay? Now, the last bit here is that, guys, in order to get a discount of 40, 30% ni, do you think it's free ke? How do you think I get this discount? Other than the fact that I have a lot of clients. How do I get this discount? This discount is not free, guys. I need to put a deposit, I need to put an underwriting, a commitment with the developer of minimum units in order to get you this discount. Right? Because otherwise, why should they give it to us? Buat apa nak bagi kat Far Capital 40-50% discount? Kenapa tak jual sendiri je 40-50% discount? I mean, kalau diorang tanya nanti I akan jelaskan lah. But, in order for us to get 40-50% discount, it's not free. right? We have to put money on the table with the developer to show commitment, and that's why we get the discount that we are getting, right? Now, this particular deal, for example, right? This particular deal, right? This is in Mount Kiara. This is in Dutamas area. Rumah 2 bilik kat luar. Subsale, people are buying at 700,000-800,000 ringgit. Subsale, 2 bilik. Ni kau seorang kaya. Right? Our clients are buying 2 bedroom here. 400,000, 430,000. Some of them are paying 380,000 for the same 2 bedroom. This particular project, orang luar to buy the 2 bedroom in this project, 550,000. Client far capital starts from 380,000 ringgit. I have to put 3 million ringgit deposit for this project. In order to get you a 150,000 cheaper price point compared to orang luar, I have to put 3 million ringgit. So where do the money come from? Well, when you become a client, bayar fee kan? Kita roll balik. Right? We get money from here, we letak deposit kat this developer so that you get to buy at a much cheaper, a much safer punya price point. So faham ke tak faham, guys? How? Right? There's nothing too good to be true here. Everything costs money. Nothing is free. Developer tak ada suka-sukanya just because kita, ada misai ke ataupun, we have a lot of people. It doesn't mean they will give us the discount that we want. No money, no talk. This particular project 3 juta. Hard cash kena letak to the developer so that they can agree to our price point. Alright? You bayar 4,800 to become a client and your savings for this one property 150,000. Itu versus orang luar yang beli projek ni. Right? Versus orang luar yang beli kat projek kat luar, which is lagi mahal, average 2 bilik kat sini 600-700 ribu, guys. You get to buy at less than 400,000. Right? So, from a commercial agenda point of view, very simple, right? Lagi banyak orang beli dengan kita, lagi banyak orang become a member, 2 things will happen. Number 1, kuasa membeli, buying power becomes larger. When buying power becomes larger, our negotiating power the developer becomes larger as well. Right? Number 2, the more people buy from us, the more money we make, the more money we make, the more deposit we can put. The more deposit we can put, the cheaper the property becomes. Nothing is free, guys. You understand? Masuk toilet pun sekarang ni kena bayar. Right? Nothing is free. We don't get this 150,000 discount for free. There's a commitment, and the commitment is a 7-figure commitment. But you don't have to pay 7-figure. I am paying that so that all far capital clients will have access to this deal safely. Okay? So, like I said, we are hoping to be an IPO company next year. Lagi banyak orang beli melalui this platform, even better. Which is why today kita buka own stay service pun kita buat for free. Right? Tak payah bayar pun boleh beli property own stay dengan kita. So the more people beli dengan kita, the better. The cheaper the property becomes. So faham guys? So that's commercial punya angle point of view. Nombor 2 is from a personal experience punya point of view. Guys, can I ask you a simple question? What happens when you buy the wrong property? Is your life good or your life is gonna be horrible? If you buy a wrong property and you rugi 1,500, 2,000 setiap bulan, is your life gonna be good or your life is gonna be hell? Guys, kita disable comment ke?
Buka.
Okay. Right. Macam tak ada orang menjawab. Ada. Okay. Right. So, I've once, many years ago, I do a lot of public speaking, kan? I do a lot of public speaking, and I got invited to speak in the property fair. So I spoke for 1 hour, and of course there was a lot of people. And normally after I speak to apa semua tu, and people come to me and ask questions. This is a real story, guys. And I remember after dah jawab tu kan, about 1 hour speaking engagement, 45 minutes Q&A, and then after that there was this auntie came in, and this auntie, Chinese auntie, very old, and dia cakap, Faizul, thank you for speaking. I nak tanya you ni, kan? So I want to buy this property. Developer cakap ada guarantee 7% per year. Now this auntie is old lah guys. Dia dah retired. This Chinese auntie is already old. She's already retired. Okay, she cannot take loan. So her plan was that because of the 6 to 7% return, she wanted to buy 2 units of this cash. And the property is in Genting. Guys, I dah mulakan Far Capital. My philosophy will be never, unless you are my client ataupun you pay for one-on-one, I won't give you a personal advice. But I tak sampai hati. Because if this auntie only had this money for retirement and she end up buying this property cash, I know she's going to suffer because I know Genting nak dapat 6 to 7%. It's very hard. My ex-boss ada beli property yang ada JRR. Nak sewa 900 pun susah. Right? Many years ago. So tak sampai hati. There are so many people who have text me before, right? And cakap, I dah tersalah beli ni, I'm suffering and apa semua tu, what can I do? That's the reason why I educate for free. That's the reason why I teach 7 criteria for free. Right? Because I don't want people to kena scam by cakap penjual. Right? And for money, people will say anything to sell a property. Just 3 weeks ago, I remember in this session, ada orang tanya, ada agent nak jual dia property kat nilai Negeri Sembilan lah, RM800 per square foot lah. Studio unit harga RM360,000, dia cakap boleh letak 10 orang. 500 studio unit lah guys. 500 unit. 500 square foot, sorry. Studio unit boleh simpan 10 orang. Boleh 10 orang duduk. How? I think Bangladesh ataupun Indonesia pun tak nak duduk 10 orang dalam satu studio. Tak ada bilik Right? So there's just a lot of groups, and there's a lot of people who want to sell property, and when they want to sell property, they tell you all this nice story, right? My goal is very simple. If what I share to you tonight and my free webinar too can help you save from buying wrong property, I'm good. I'm happy. Right? Similar to how I don't need to help the auntie. She didn't pay me anything. She's not my client. I just decided, you know what? I should do her the favor, right? Because it's not easy to find money. And when you buy the wrong property, you suffer like crazy. I have clients who came to me, beli rumah ada JRR terbengkalai. Right? So, yes, I am giving free education. Right? I want people to sign up to become a client. Right? Betul. There's a commercial angle. But even when you don't become a client tonight, I believe that apa yang I ajar malam ni will be beneficial to you. Betul ke tak betul, guys? Even though if it's free. Even when you don't become a client malam ni, I believe you learn something. You can pick better properties. You tak senang kena scam dengan penjual. If you faham 7 criteria tu, no one can bullshit you into buying free property, bad properties. And it's free. I put it on my YouTube. So, yeah. Right? I want more people to buy from my platform. Betul. Right? We have IPO to look forward to. The more people who buy from us, the better. And the more people who buy from us, the cheaper the property become. Faham tak? So, lagi banyak jadi klien, lagi banyak beli property kan kita, lagi murah property kita bakal dapat. So, it's a cycle that will be good for everyone. So, I'm trying to build a business that, yes, we are making money and we hire 200 orang Malaysian and we pay them decent salary and apa semua tu. Alhamdulillah. But at the same time, I want to build a business yang by the business tak aniaya orang. You know what I mean? Right? So similar to how I don't need to help that auntie. I choose to do it because I just tak sampai hati. And I've seen so many. people who get into trouble buying the wrong property, right? So I leave it to you to judge my intentions. My intention has been very clear. And so far, I mean, as a Muslim, the more I give, the more I get back lah. And the more I teach for free, and somehow, business bertambah, and rezeki pun makin murah. I generally believe in giving, right? So I apologize for the long punya explanation, but I think you should understand the context. So betul, kita ada commercial punya goal, kita juga ada social punya goal. I don't want people to buy the wrong property. That's it. That's why I teach for free. Okay, bahagian yang pertama tu clear, right? Again, nothing too good to be true. Very simple. The more property buy, the more people who join us to go buy property from us, the cheaper the property become, right? So tu goal kita, right? So it's not free, but you pay 2,800, dapat save 80,000, right? So I believe it's worth it lah. You akan dapat pulangan berkali-kali ganda berbanding dengan harga yang you bayar. That's it, right? And lagi banyak klien, lagi murah property kita boleh dapat itu. That's all. Okay, and of course, from a social angle punya point of view, like I said, that auntie story until today I remember lah. Dia nak beli property kat Genting. I told her, don't lah auntie, you're gonna lose money. I hope she listened to my advice and she cancelled the purchase lah. Okay, so I think there's two more questions, three more questions.
Three more. I think yang dua ni maybe boleh sekali kot, yang from Debbie regarding bulk purchase. Normally it means unsold, which leads to the particular project is not good and hard to sell. With this being said, can you explain the risk of the market value for this property will drop lower than the market during exit? And also from Tira, may I know any risk arise? Okay.
So basically, I'll give you an example for this deal, guys. So I think the question here is that kalau property tu bagus sangat, kenapa developer tak boleh jual? So tu nombor satu, right? And nombor dua is that kalau property tu bagus sangat, kenapa tak bagi banyak diskaun? Right? So senang cerita property tu tak bagus lah. Now guys, there's no such thing. I want you guys to remember this very key thing, very important thing. Okay? This is very important punya concept. So kalau boleh tolong tulis sebenarnya ni. Right? So the concept is simple, guys. There's no such thing as a bad property or wrong property. There's only a wrong price. Harga yang salah. Clear? There's no bad property. There's only wrongly priced property. Clear? I give you an example. This is iPhone 14 yang the latest tu, yang paling tinggi spec, right? So I think what retail price about 7,000, right? 7,000, right? So that's the retail price, right? So now, if I sell this for 10,000, does it mean it's a bad phone? Or it's just the wrong price, guys? Kat luar jual pada harga 7,000, I pergi jual 10,000. Lepas tu tak ada orang nak beli. Right? So that just simply means the phone wrong price. But if I jual pada harga 4,000, ada tak orang nak beli, guys? Retail 7,000, I jual pada harga 4,000, ada tak orang nak beli? Banyak kan? So property pun macam tu, guys. So there's no such thing as a bad property, there's such thing as a bad price. So macam contoh property ni kat KL ni kan, dekat Bukit Jalil. Dulu nak jual pada harga 1 juta, guys. Tak masuk akal lah. It's ridiculous. Doesn't matter lah, luxury facility ke, private lift lobby ke, 1 million is a bit ridiculous. So they couldn't sell at 1 million. What happened? Kita datang, kita letak deposit, kita cakap, we will buy up all the balance unit apa semua tu, and we dapat harga ni, which is 560,000. Right? So at 560,000, this property is like an iPhone jual pada harga RM3,000 lah. Suddenly it becomes undervalued. Suddenly it becomes a good property. Okay? Now, this one, for example, these are all property yang, right, dulu jual pada harga yang salah. And they couldn't sell because it's the wrong price. Right? They come to us, right? We agreed on the discount ataupun the haircut. Okay? We agreed on the discount and the haircut. And the moment dia bagi kita discount tu, tiba-tiba banyak je orang nak beli. Unit hampir habis. Okay. So far clear, guys? There's no such thing as a wrong property ataupun bad property. There's only such thing as a bad price. Okay. So, this, for example, Diana ni kan, kita bagi code name untuk kita punya property. Nama dia Diana. Property ni kalau you beli, right, versus harga 5 tahun lepas, you are getting almost 70% discount, 70% discount. Right, this is in Johor. 70 guys, 70% discount. Dulu jual harga 1 juta lebih, today our client bought at tak sampai 400,000. 70% discount. Okay. Suddenly at 70% discount, property ni laku. You guys get it now? Right? And you'll be surprised. Ni bukan developer kecil-kecil. This deal, public listed property developer. Right? This deal is from a public listed property developer. This deal is from a public listed property developer. This deal is from a public listed property developer. This deal is from a public listed property developer. So ni bukan developer kecil. You're talking about billion-dollar developer who are okay to give us discount as long as dia boleh jual unit. Okay. So guys, the reason why property ni tak terjual dahulu sebab dia jual pada harga Yahudi. Right? Today, because we can buy at 50, 60, 70% discount, then suddenly what is a wrong price dulu now become the right price. A good price point. So suddenly this property becomes desirable again. Ada orang nak beli. Clear? So again, guys, always remember, there's no such thing as a bad property. There's only such thing as a bad price. Okay?
Okey, last kali tadi Cik Nizam dia tanya soalan, maaf tanya, berapa persen rekod Far Capital gagal dalam memberikan nasihat dan servis?
So, you have to remember, guys, bila you cerita pasal gagal ni, is you have to remember our client ni, datang jadi client ni, they become a client for multiple reasons. Right? So, ada yang datang untuk kurang hutang, ada yang datang untuk naikkan savings, ada yang datang untuk tambahkan income, ada yang datang untuk beli property. So, bila cerita pasal gagal ni, I'm not sure what you mean. Right? Because if the guy gagal beli property tapi hutang dia dah berkurang, adakah dia bermakna dia gagal? Tidak. You guys understand what I mean? I have clients yang ada sampai 23 property lepas 7-8 tahun become a client. Right? Does it mean semua orang yang tak ada 23 property tu akan dikira sebagai gagal? Then 99.99% of Far Capital clients semua gagal. Sebab there's only one guy je yang buat 23 property. There's a few yang ada lebih daripada 10 lah. Right? So when you say gagal tu, I'm not sure what you mean. Right? But Far Capital punya service ni is that it depends on the client. Okay? Client tu rajin, dia akan dapat capai banyak benda cepat. Client tu malas, dia akan capai banyak benda tu lambat. Right? I'll give you an example. This is a Noradila datang jadi client during PKP. Right? Within 2 tahun, guys, she bought 3-4 property lah ni. Already 4 property. 2 personal loan, 2 loan creator habis bayar and savings naik pergi more than 100,000. Within 2 tahun. Does it mean that every single client dapat sukses macam ni? Tak. Sebab if you don't attend webinar, you don't attend property launches, you don't care, kita hantar email pun tak reply dan apa semua tu, there's nothing that we can do lah. You know what I mean? You have to treat this like a gym membership. You datang, you want to be fitter, you want to look better dan apa semua tu. Yeah, we are ready, we are open. Right? You nak advice tu, you can reach out to us anytime. Kita ada lebih pada 20 webinar tiap minggu. Tak boleh datang live, you boleh tengok recording. Boleh belajar sampai muntah, guys, on the subject of kurangkan hutang, naikkan passive income, active income, beli property dan apa semua tu. We ada 20 webinar tiap minggu. Live, and then you boleh watch recording. But if you don't even watch any of them, sorry to say, result tu. And I have to say, As of today, we have 40% of our 22,000 klien ni who is as of today MIA. I pun tak faham kenapa dia bayar. Dia bayar beribu ringgit ni jadi klien, lepas tu dia hilangkan diri. Email, WhatsApp, semua tak reply. Now, I cannot go to their house, ketuk pintu dia dan cakap, bro, kau buat apa ni? What is your intention? What are you trying to do? Right? I can't do that. Matilah. Right? But if you need us, we are there. All our modules, kita make it as simple as possible, as easy as possible. There's no excuses. Sebab I don't care if I'm from Singapore, KK, I don't care. Sebab modul kita online. Datang kelas online. Nak beli property pun boleh beli online. Nak cari penyewa pun boleh buat online. Right? Dr. Kartini ni, orang KK, kerja kat KK, duduk kat KK. Right? She has now bought 6 property in the last 3 tahun. 6. And dia beli property kat KL, Selangor, JB. Kakak tak? Orang KK tapi own property kat KL, Selangor, JB. 6. Now, will all of you in the time become a client malam ni? Will buy 6 property? I don't know. Because it depends on you. There are people who say, I really want it. Tapi dia cakap je. Semangat dengar, pumpang. Jadi, aku nak jadi kaya. I want to buy 3-4 property dan apa semua tu. 1 week later. Right? Dah jadi macam meme kan. Right? So, I cannot force you. If you are ready, we are here. If you nak malas-malas nak beli 1 property every 3 tahun, it's not a problem. It's not a failure. And because most people only own 1 property saja. Right? If you can own 3 property over 10 tahun, you're not a failure. You're doing much better than normal people out there. But if you nak bagi, you want to be exceptional, you just have to put a little bit of effort. Additional 10% berbanding dengan orang luar. It's easy guys to buy property. It's easy to own property. It's not difficult. Dekat Far Capital ni. That's why I have client kerja full time. Doktor ni kat KK, duduk kat KK, kerja kat KK. Boleh own property kat KL, kat Selangor, kat JB because of the system yang kita provide. Okay? So it's really up to you. Right? If you want to make it a success, you can reduce your debt. Right? This year. Now, I nak tanya ni guys. Soalan cepu mas ni. Siapa kat sini, you bayar kereta you 1,000 per month? Siapa kat sini bayar kereta 1,000 per month? As of today, siapa kat sini bayar 1,000 per month? Boleh bagi tahu kat bahagian chat tak? How many of you here today, you pay kereta 1,000 per month? And you want your car to be free by end of the year? Siapa nak macam tu? Right? Now, do you know that how easy it is to get your car to be free? And you can do it by end of this year. You buy 1 property macam ni, right? Right? You buy 1 property macam ni, you akan dapat 100,000, 112,000 cash, and you can still get 1,000 per month. If you buy this property, you only have to buy 1 year. 1, your car is free now. Again, if your car installment is 1,000 and below per month, so that means Honda City, Honda Toyota Vios, apa tu? Beza ke, Proton ke. So most of these cars are 1,000 and per month. Okay. And jujur cakap, if today you own a car, right, and you masih ada hutang dengan your car tu, your goal when you become a client malam ni, if you ask me, very simple je. For this next 12 months ni, just set one simple goal je. Kereta kita tu orang lain tolong bayarkan. Someone must pay for our car. Right? So, if contoh kan, you pakai kereta mahal, right? Let's say you pakai Mercedes ataupun BMW ataupun Accord ke ataupun Camry ke kan, right? And let's say for example today, your monthly installment of your car 3,000 sebulan. Right? Now, how many properties macam ni you have to buy in order to get your BMW ataupun Mercedes to become free? If your car installment is 3,000 sebulan and 1 property bagi 1,000 sebulan, how many unit macam ni you kena beli? Right? So you understand the math already. Guys, it's not too good to be true. You feel it's too good to be true because you don't understand the math. Right? So clear, guys? Nothing is impossible. So again, kalau boleh, untuk mereka yang ada kereta and kereta you masih ada hutang, your goal when you become a far.academy client in the next 12 bulan ni is to make sure someone else pays for your car. Cool? Right? By the way, this property ada lebih kurang 20 unit lagi. So basically, if you decided to become a client malam ni and you ada kelayakan mau beli, next week dah boleh beli. Right? That means by end of this year, hopefully your car fully paid lah. If you ada Beza ke ataupun Proton ke, anyone kat sini whereby you punya hutang kereta is 80,000 dan ke bawah? Baki loan kereta ada 80,000 dan ke bawah? Siapa kat sini? Anyone here? Loan kereta baki 80,000 dan ke bawah? Okay. You buy this property, ingat cashback tu 112,000 tu kan? Right? You take cashback, go and langsaikan your car. So by end of the year, kereta you tak ada hutang. It's only one purchase, guys, and you can make it happen in 1 year. How fast you want to make it happen? Up to you. Bukan up to me. Ada yang 10,000, 28,000. Ada. Pejam mata lah, guys. Benda tu boleh. Right? So faham, I guess? This is all mathematics, right? This is all mathematics. The success is really depends on you. You want to buy 6 property dalam masa 3 tahun? We are here. We are ready. You ready ke tak? Are you ready, you know? You bersedia ke tak? Just be honest with your goal and we'll tell you what you need to go and do lah in order to go and accomplish that. And I think if you pergi balik tadi kan, why are we doing this, right? You notice or not? Kita punya case study ni, kita you know, I love the fact that I got people like Shah yang kerja kerajaan, gaji kecil ni, boleh beli sampai 10 property. I love it. I like people like Aziz, dulu gaji 3,000, tak sampai 4,000 sebulan. After become a client ni, is able to increase savings to 80,000, drive a Mercedes before umur 30 tahun. Monthly commitment drop by half. Right? I love the fact that people like Aimin ni dapat berjaya settlekan personal loan dia 120,000, dia punya bad monthly commitment daripada 6,500 jatuh pada 2,500, right? And savings dia naik pergi lebih pada 100,000. Guys, this guy became a client just last year, 2022. And this is what he can accomplish within 1 year. Right? So really depends on you. Ada tak klien yang tak beli lagi? Banyak. Sebab I pun tak tahu kenapa dia datang jadi klien. So please guys, if you decided to become a client malam ni, please don't be like our zombie clients. Bayar lepas tu hilangkan diri. Aku pun tak tahu kenapa. Right? So please don't be like that. I want you to get result as fast as possible. Right? But after kita dah ajar, the one who has to ambil tindakan tu is going to be you. Okay? Boleh ya guys? Clear? And you know, I love the fact that I can help, you know, people who are single moms, you know, going to be able to bayar hutang and apa semua tu lah. I love it. So if you tengok our case study, banyak our client ni is actually from the B40 and 40 punya segment. And today they become T20 after 1 year, after 2 years. I love it. Yang mana yang dah T1 dan become, you know, yang dah kaya buat lagi kaya tu, I'm not interested to go and tell the story. Right? Because to me it's not life changing. Sure, you can become a client kalau you kaya, no problem. You want to buy property cheap, right? So no one is buying cheaper compared to far.academy. So that's fine. But what I enjoy talking about the most is my clients who dulu tak ada savings, now dah 100,000. Dulu ada hutang kereta, now tak ada hutang kereta. Right? Dulu tak ada property, now ada 2-3 property. Right? These are all real case study. Okay?
Alright, thank you so much FR. Okay, before saya bacakan soalan seterusnya, I would like to welcome and congrats our new client yang baru je sign up for tonight. Congratulations Eng Kian Hu, Abdul Hakim, Muhammad Zulfadli, Nur Haslina, Pochi Kong, Yu Chit Chow, Siva Balan, Rajiv, Limen Y, ramai lagi ada letak dekat chat. Tadi ada soalan tanya kenapa payment or why the payment goes to Corlec, because we use Corlec as our payment gateway. So don't worry. Okay. Alright. Okay. Dah enroll. Congratulations. Okay. Alright, next question. Saya bacakan dua soalan daripada Cik Hamidi. Kalau beli property dengan ejen lain, tak sama ke macam far capital? Second one from Tira Azman. May I know, could you name your competitor?
Yang cerita pasal beli dengan kita versus beli kat ejen tu, I think dah clear kan? I dah cakap tadi kan? I dah terjawab tadi in the first one. Number one, harga kita berbeza. Nombor dua, kita ada standard, right? So we don't simply take any property. Kita nak beli property yang okay saja, yang you are going to be safe to buy, right? And number tiga tu, our discount tu is not free. Kita melabur beratus ribu, berjuta ringgit per project to get you a 50,000, 100,000 punya unfair advantage. So perbezaan beli dengan kita versus beli kat orang kat luar tu is tiga benda ni lah, right? Right, so I think very clear. Sebab tu kita siap boleh bagi you money back guarantee. Kalau you dapat beli lagi murah pada kita, kan, you minta je free refund. Okay, so yang tu nombor satu, right? Competition, I'm not sure. I think macam ni lah. If you are talking about competition from a bulk purchase punya point of view, I think there's a lot of other groups yang buat bulk purchase juga. Right, and there's a lot of people who claim to be bulk purchase and apa semua itulah. So I think kalau bulk purchase saja, nak jual property saja, I think ada a few people who are doing it. But Far Capital is largest by far. From a volume point of view, we are the biggest by far, right? Number one. And then number two, kita ni is a ecosystem. Kita bukan try to sell property saja. Now, siapa kat sini, you are part of people who are macam, you rasa macam nak buat benda ni, tapi you tak yakin you boleh dapat loan. Right? You under AKPK ke, komitmen tinggi ke, siapa kat sini macam ni? Anyone ni malam ni, yang rasa macam tu tak? You want to join, tapi you tak rasa you boleh dapat loan. Right? Okay. So for people who are today, this category kan, right? The people out there, kalau you try to apply loan today and loan you kena reject, and they are gonna leave you out of this macam tu, right? Now, kat Far Capital ni, kita tak akan bagi you beli until kita dah persediakan you. Faham tak? When you become a client malam ni, first class is malam besok, pukul 9. So, laju kita buat kerja. You become a client tonight, tomorrow night, your first class kat paket. You akan submit income document dan kita akan tengok how much loan can you get. If you today tak boleh dapat loan, we will actually teach you step by step. What do you need to do in order to improve you punya loan capability ataupun eligibility. So to turn you from unbankable to become bankable. So I think I can share a little bit kot kat sini. Right? So these are 6 sebab kenapa you tak boleh dapat loan hari ni. Right? So number one is that you are the special attention account, you kena blacklist, right? You are a virgin, whereby you langsung tak ada credit record. So normally people who are off Singapore, baru kerja kat Singapore, normally dia tak ada apa-apa credit facility kat Malaysia. So it's not a good thing basically, right? Then ada juga orang yang whereby dia ada income kat Malaysia tapi dia part of gig economy, right? Gig economy. So therefore, susah untuk dapatkan bank approval. And last kali tu komitmen terlampau tinggi lah. So you are now part of these people what we call unbankable. You tak boleh dapat loan. Okay? If you are under this 6, you are part of this thing we call unbankable. Okay? You are unbankable. Bagian ni faham Okay, now. When you are unbankable, guys, you have to remember, you need to do a couple of things before you can become bankable. Right? Before you can buy a property, you must be able to go and get loan. You can have the capability of getting loan terlebih dahulu. So we have to transform you from unbankable to become bankable. And you don't have to pay anything extra. Okay? If you follow our advice, inshallah, you will become bankable. Either within 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months from now. Okay? Now, we have a client, Veni dulu under AKPK. Okay? Under AKPK. 15 tahun kerja, 15 tahun tak beli rumah. Until she was 40. Datang become our client, within 1 year dapat keluar AKPK, today dah beli 2 property. From AKPK 15 tahun, tak boleh beli property. Now today, under us, lepas dah almost 3 tahun become a client ni, now dah beli 2 property. Okay. Then, I got people like Zauma, which is part of the gig economy. She's a content creator. 2 kali cuba apply bank loan, tapi tak lepas. Datang jadi klien, kita ajar dia macam nak bina income profile, and boom, 1 year later, he can actually buy a property already. Now dah beli property dah pun. Right? Now, ni case DSR tinggi. Zaimi datang waktu jadi klien, cuma boleh buat loan 100,000 saja. Right? 100,000 saja. Dan kita bagi tahu dengan dia, these are the steps that you need to go and do. Within 6 bulan, he increased his loan capability from 100,000 to become 1.2 million. Today dah beli 2 property. Right? Dulu boleh buat loan 100,000, now 1.2 million. Lepas become a client. Right? Dr. Syed Khalid, dulu komitmen 9,000, jatuh pada 4,000 dan boleh beli property. Right? Tarmizi pun sama. Dulu komitmen 5,000, now 1,000 saja. Personal loan dah habis bayar. So guys, what I'm trying to say here is that if you are today unbankable because of this, you akan ambil extra masa sikit. But you will be able to go and do it as long as you follow the advice. But you kena faham, you will take time. Sebab you dah buat banyak dosa-dosa kewangan in the past that you pun tak tahu is a dosa kewangan. You faham? But I'm not going to let you stuck forever. Okay? Be a client, follow our step, pergi buat. If you still lepas 3 tahun gagal, right? Just ask for a full refund. Okay, so it's risk free for you kalau you betul-betul gagal, tak boleh nak buat benda ni. Even after become a client malam ni, after dah buat advice kita masih gagal beli, after 3 years just minta saja refund. I don't want to keep your money. There's no point lah. Right? I keep an unperforming, unhappy client. Really, there's no point. I'll give you a full refund. So boleh ya guys? If you are today unbankable sebab 6 benda ni, you are bankrupt, AKPK, sit off blacklist, you are virgin, alien, too high commitment, right? And that's the reason why you cannot get a loan today. Don't worry, we'll teach you how. So 3 months, 6 months, 1 year from now, insyaAllah you boleh dapat loan. Okay? If you still can't get it after 3 tahun, just ask for a refund. Okay? For those who sign up sebelum pukul 12 malam ni, you get this full refund punya guarantee. Clear guys? So, you need big for those who are category unbankable today, you need time. But benda tu boleh buat. Right? And we have done it so many times. So, be a client, trust the process, execute the plan yang kita bagi itu. InsyaAllah, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year from now, you're going to be able to go buy property. And again, if you still can't after 3 tahun, just ask for a full refund. There's no risk for you. You don't become a client, 3 tahun later, you still gonna be AKPK, you still tak boleh beli property. Right? Worst case scenario, you bayar, you dapat belajar, you cuba buat apa semua tu, dapat ilmu for free, tengok deal kita, lepas 3 tahun, saya tak dapat beli juga, you minta lah full refund. Boleh ya guys? Clear untuk mereka which is unbankable ni? So guys, I think ada a couple of people tanya kan, we haven't answered your question apa semua tu. Guys, we have about 50 question in Q&A. So we still have about 200 plus people on Zoom. We have about 50 plus question kat Q&A. Don't worry, kita akan jawab semua. Either my team akan jawabkan for you or I will jawab nanti live. Don't worry. The promise here is that we will answer all questions. Cool? But you gotta wait for your turn. And please ask dekat Q&A, jangan ask dekat chat. Sebab if you ask dekat chat, memang kita tak boleh nak pick up. Cool? Right? Wait for your turn. Right? We're gonna answer every single one. So again, you've given me your time malam ni, and I promise you I will answer your question. Either me or my team will answer. Cool? And please tanya dekat bahagian Q&A.
Alright, thank you FR. Betul, boleh tanya soalan dekat Q&A. Please put your question in Q&A so we can assist you. Alright, so this question is for our fellow Bumi Putra out here yang ada kat sini ni. Maybe you boleh relate. From Jeremy, soalan dia, any deals for non-Bumi Putra? Pilih kasih tak for capital ni?
Oh, look, I'm half Indian. My partner is Chinese, so we are one Malaysia company, right? Guys, kita practice non-discriminatory, and I feel if you are non-Bumi or even if you are a foreigner, ada tak kat sini from Singapore? Is there anyone from Singapore today? Right? We noticed that we've been getting quite a fair bit of people out of Singapore recently, right? Now, our price point, normally, if you are a non-Bumi buying through Far Capital, most of the time, guys, in most of our deal, you can actually buy cheaper compared to Bumi Putra, which is not paid. So let me repeat. As a Chinese or Indian buying property through Far Capital, you tend to buy cheaper compared to the Bumi Putra out there, who is not a Far Cap play. Okay. Now, for this particular deal, for example, a Bumi Putra out there have to pay 750,000. You pay 560 as a non-Bumi, right? This deal, for example, right? This deal, for example, as a Bumi Putra out there, you pay about 290,000. Sorry, you pay about 360,000, right? Non-Bumi 380,000, but as a non-Bumi client of FACAP, you pay only 280,000 for this deal, right? You pay 80,000 cheaper compared to Bumi Putras. This one you pay about 40,000 cheaper, right? This one you pay about 80,000 cheaper. So this is the cheapest property we have bought, 200,000 ringgit. As a Bumi Putra, you pay 280,000 for non-Far Capital Bumi Putra customer out there beli property ni, 280,000. As a non-Bumi in Far Cap, you pay 200,000 all the way to 220. So long story short, as a non-Bumi, you tend to buy cheaper in Far Cap compared to even Bumi Putras out there. So you really have an unfair advantage. Okay, as a non-Bumi Putra buying a property through Far Capital, right? So buy with ease lah. And you know, if you are watching out of Singapore and apa tu Malaysia PR ke ataupun you know Singaporean, you don't pay foreigner price also. You pay what the locals are buying, and here's the best part: as a Far Cap client, you buy cheaper compared to most locals kat sini, right? So yeah, you know, that's our brand promise. Okay. So if you are tired of being discriminated, buying property in Malaysia, right, as a non-Bumi, be a Far Cap client tonight.
All right, thank you. So we have around 43 minutes, 44 minutes for us before we end this offer. So siapa yang nak dapat this offer, yang dapat money back guarantee FR cakap tadi, boleh sign up, okay, before 11:59. All right, okay, next question from Hafiz. How fast can I get result when I join Far Capital?
I think I dah jawab dah tadi kot.
All right.
So it depends on you guys, bro. So I can't force you to attend classes. I can't force you to buy property, right? We don't do that, right? I can't come to you and slap you. Why don't you buy a property, right? I won't do it, right? I'm not gonna cry more over my social media. Why don't you come in my class and no, the property is there, right? We practice zero discrimination. All clients, irrespective you what race, you Malaysian, non-Malaysian, you all have access to the same deal, same price point, same time. is whether you show up or you don't show up sahaja on our launch day. You show up on our launch day, right? We open to everyone at the same time. There's no priority, there's no special tier client, tak ada. Right? It really depends on you, right? So like I said, I have 40%, close to about 10,000 of our capital client today who actually sign up and then didn't do anything. Don't submit documents, maybe because it was too cheap, right? And our price point as of today versus our value is still too cheap, right? And I'm hoping that when you sign up tonight, you don't be like that, right? I want you to get result within the first year. Remember I said, your car this year should be fully paid by someone else. If your car installment below 1,000, you still have a car loan of about 100,000, your car should be out of debt. Someone must pay off your car already this year. That's my goal, right? So it really depends on you. Okay, and I can't help you if you don't even submit income document. I can't help you if you don't attend webinar. Sebab we have recording, right? Yeah, you cannot attend live, kerja ke apa ke, got family commitment, no problem. Okay, but we have recording and apa semua tu, so there's really no excuses. We've used technology, we make it as simple as possible for you to go and buy property. You don't even have to come back to KL to go buy a property. You don't even have to go to Johor to go buy property. We made it as simple as possible for you to go buy property. Safe as possible. As simple as possible. So there's really no excuses. So the only time you don't get result is when you don't do anything. Really. Okay.
All right, thank you, FR. Cik Muhammad Syaril, you can join your first class with Far Capital tomorrow. You baru join kan? 9 PM, so check your email, okay? Alright, okay, next question. Oh, tak ada pula nama dia dekat sini. So, okay, dia kata FR, ada yang saya nak minta review sikit tentang property certain area. Saya ada 3 hari ni. Cyberjaya 500k, dia tak bagi tahu details, just harga je. Cyberjaya 500k, Kota Kemuning 500k, Nilai 500k. Semua harga sama, tempat lain-lain.
It's a bit odd, right?
Yeah.
Cyberjaya, Kota Kemuning dengan Nilai. Berata-rata ni cari ni. But okay, so the thing which is missing from this question here is that what is the layout, right? What's the size, right? So is it a apartment? Is it a double-story house, right? Right. So because that I'm not going to be able to go and give you a more accurate answer. So apa tu? But if you're talking about a 3-bedroom apartment, right? A 3-bedroom apartment, right? I think it's expensive, right? Because today we are buying City Center KL for less than $500,000. So I don't know, would you buy Nilai or Cyberjaya for $500,000 when you can buy KL area for RM500, RM500,000 juga, that can walk to MRT, that can walk to a mall? Which one would you guys buy? Cyberjaya ke ataupun KL, guys, for the same RM500,000 3 bilik? Right? I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy KL. Right? The best property we have as of today, right, is actually in Mount Kiara, right? And the reason why I say it's the best because an average 3-bedroom in area of Mount Kiara ni, Publica ni, is about 800,000 to 900,000. 800,000 to about 1 million. 3-bedroom. We are buying at 550,000. Right? Which is why towards is the best, as really below market. Okay. So I don't have details to go and advise you, but if you are talking about tiga bilik dekat Cyberjaya for 500,000, which I think is the product that you're referring to, I wouldn't buy Cyberjaya for 500,000 3 bilik. I will buy for 350,000 3 bilik. Because for 500,000, I might as well buy Mount Kiara 3 bilik. Does that make sense, guys? Right? Yeah, I live in Mount Kiara. Our office is in Mount Kiara. I don't think I'm biased to go and say Mount Kiara at the same price point. It's just better than Nilai or Kota Kemuning or Cyberjaya. Betul lah, guys? If 3 bilik kat Mount Kiara 500,000 versus Nilai, Cyberjaya or Kota Kemuning, right? I don't think I'm biased to go and say buy Mount Kiara. Right? Doesn't make sense. right? So for me, we buy the best property, we buy the safest property, and again, macam cakap lah, when you buy the wrong property, the consequences is not good lah, right? It's not good lah. Yeah. So you want to buy, what CS is saying lah, no brainer for 500,000 kat Monkera. I agree lah. But of course, to get you guys at that price point, kita kena letak deposit 3 juta. Right? Today I see a lot of people excited to go buy Setapak at 500,000. Or Kuchai Lama at 500,000. I just tell them lah, no problem. If you are happy with Kuchai Lama, right, for 500,000, but I would rather buy Monkera at 500,000 lah. Right? So to me, it's a no-brainer. Right? I think people who understand the area will also think it's a no-brainer.
Okay. Next question from Bruno Tan. FR nak tanya, kalau lagi ramai ada akses kepada unfair advantage ni, by the logic of it, takkan dia akan render this advantage no longer unique sebab dah ramai yang ada access to advantage yang sama. FarCap ada apa-apa safeguard in place to make everyone in FarCap buat untung sama-sama tak?
Oh, actually, it's a very good question, Bruno. Right? In short summary, right? You get unfair advantage by a couple of things. Number one, you can beli harga murah lah dulu, right? So that's the most basic thing, right? So now, I bagi contoh. As of today, in the area of Mount Kiara, no one is buying 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom cheaper compared to Far Capital, right? We buy 2-bedroom at 400,000. We buy 3-bedroom at 530,000. No one is buying cheaper. Subsale pun tak dapat guys harga ni. Okay, so basically Mount Kiara ada banyak kondo tau. Ada lebih pada 10,000 unit. Even subsale today, kondo lama pun no one is buying cheaper compared to Far Capital. So senang cerita. There might be 500 unit for this block, right? So that would be a concern for someone like Bruno, betul. But you just have to remember, Bruno, there are 10,000 other people who owns property who is more expensive than what you're going to pay to buy dekat Far Capital. So senang cerita, before we die, every single one of these other area punya condo tu must die first. Okay, that's our goal dekat Far Cap. We just make sure we enter at the best, at the right possible price. Okay, so tu nombor satu in the area, right? Number dua here is that, and we don't just rely on buying the cheapest. We also want to buy something that has access to public transportation infrastructure. So the one that we buy Mount Kiara can walk to MRT 3. So guess what? I'm no longer competing with people who just want to stay nearby Mount Kiara saja. So anyone that wants to go to Bukit Bintang ataupun KLCC, take MRT to work, now can also stay dekat sini. And that is normally a few 100,000. Right? And last but not least, one of the biggest advantage a client boleh dapat when you become a FarCap client is that we buy property yang ada multiple rental option, beberapa rental strategy. So means when you buy a property, you want to buy a property that you can rent per room, you can rent per head, you can rent whole unit, you can do Airbnb. You have multiple rental option. Now, when you buy, for example, something in Genting, right? How many rental option do you have, guys? In Genting? How much rental option you have? When you buy in Genting? Sorry, let me repeat the question. How much profitable, potentially profitable option you have when you buy in Genting at 800 to 1,000 ringgit per square foot? You only have one saja, which is potentially Airbnb. Kalau Airbnb laku. You faham? When you buy something kat Mount Kiara yang ada MRT ni, now first and foremost, can you rent per room? You can. You can rent per head. You can rent the whole unit. You can rent to local. You can rent to expat. You can rent to people who are taking MRT to work. Get it? Right? So you want to buy property whereby you have multiple rental options. Oh, by the way, I want to share with you one thing, one more important thing. Now, let's say, for example, for example, for the same price point, let's say 500,000, right? 550,000 ni kan. Why would I buy something in Mont Kiara over places like Kuching Lama ke, or Kepong ke, or Bangi ke, or Shah Alam? Right? Now, a lot of people don't realize, but you have to buy neutral area. You cannot be a racist when you buy a property. Now, a lot of people will come and say, I want to buy here because I'm familiar with this area. Right? Now, when you become racist and you buy a property because you like the area towards certain race, normally you akan rugi teruk. Now, if I say Shah Alam and Bangi, which race normally comes to mind, guys? When I say Shah Alam dengan Bangi, orang mana duduk kat sana biasanya? Shah Alam and Bangi, orang apa, guys? Right? Biasanya orang Melayu. Right? When I say Kepong, Kuchai Lama, area apa, guys? Right? Cina, or Chinese, or Klang, When I say Sentul, biasanya what comes out first? Right? So now, I'm half Indian and I'm from Sentul. I don't even own one unit at Sentul, guys. Now, kenapa? Because Sentul, the stigma here is Indian area. Okay? The stigma is going away, but it's still dulu labeled as an Indian area. So that's why I don't buy it, even though I'm half Indian. I'm not looking down on Indians, no. I also don't buy it Jinjang. I don't go buy Kuchai Lama. I don't buy Shah Alam, I don't buy Bangi. I'm Malay by IC lah. Right? I don't buy Shah Alam, I don't buy Bangi. Now, kenapa? Sebab when you buy into a market whereby there's only one race, guys, you actually make a lot less money. Sebab apa? You can only rent to one segment. And you can only sell to one race. You can rent to one race, you can also sell to one race. Now, if you own a business, which one lebih menguntungkan? That you can sell to everyone, or you can sell to only one race saja? Which one lagi untung, guys? You sell to only one race saja, or you can sell to everyone? Right? Which is why I love Mont Kiara. So Mont Kiara is not just Melayu ada duit pun boleh duduk sana, Cina ada duit pun boleh duduk sana, India ada duit pun boleh duduk sana, Mak Saleh pun boleh duduk sana. You see my point now? A lot of us, when we buy property, we buy what is familiar. And then you wondering, how come no people pay expensive rental to me? Guys, if you buy in an area where there's only one race, everyone that race become kedekut one. You think Melayu inshallah will Bangi generous? Not really. Right? Or the Chinese in Kepong or Jinjang ataupun Kuching Lama generous? Not really. Because they don't have to compete with anyone. There's only one race there. I was going to say that. So your rental goes down. And when you want to sell, most likely, your selling price is actually not very high. If you look at the most expensive area anywhere in Malaysia, it's all neutral territory. No single race territory. TTDI mahal kan? Semua orang ada kat sana. Bangsa mahal kan? Semua orang ada kat sana. Bukit Bintang KLCC, semua orang ada dekat sana. You see my point? Okay? If you want to buy own stay, fine. Personal preference is good. When you want to buy for investment, make sure you want to buy a property whereby semua orang boleh duduk. And I love this rule that I call be the poorest man in a rich man's area. Why I love our Mount Kiara deal? Because we are literally the poorest sucker in the whole area. Right? 2 bilik Mount Kiara 380,000, 3 bilik 500,000. And I'm not talking about 600 square foot 3 bilik, I'm talking about 900 square foot 3 bilik. We are literally the cheapest sucker in Mount Kiara. We are the worst. No one is buying cheaper compared to us, which to me is an advantage. Sebab when economic crisis happens, people don't move out from the area, but they downgrade within the same area. Right? If you are used to certain area, you don't want to go out all the way from Mount Kiara, then suddenly you want to stay in Kelang. Not going to happen one. But if you used to pay 5,000 rental, now you're going to find something that you can pay 3,500, 3,000 rental in the same area. Any of this make sense, guys? Number one, don't be a racist when you buy a property. Buy neutral territory so that you make the most from rental. You also make the most from selling later because you can sell to anyone. Number two, be the poorest man in a rich man's area. Get it? When you pay RM500,000 for a 3-bedroom kat Nilai, you're not the poorest guy there. Right? You're not. Okay, when you pay RM500,000 to buy kat Cyberjaya for 3-bedroom, you're not the poorest guy there. Right? You're not. You pay RM500,000 for 3-bedroom Mount Kiara, you confirm the poorest person there. Everyone else is richer, and that is good. Be the poorest person in a rich man's area. Okay? Cool? Faham ke guys? Alright, on these 2 rules. Hey, I want to thank you guys for asking the question because when you ask questions like this, I get to explain a little bit. Are you guys learning anything or not? You guys are learning anything from this Q&A? I believe I'm sharing a lot of insights here. Right? So keep the questions coming, guys. You guys are awesome. Right? The better your questions, the better the answer, right? And you know, I'm giving you all this real insight, right? And like I said, it's all you know, you look at the most expensive area, it's all neutral territory. Right? Right? It's not kawasan China ke or kawasan Melayu ke kawasan India. No, it's neutral territory. Money is not racist. Right? Money doesn't care whether you are, you know, which race. Right? Orang kaya semua boleh get. Kita yang B40 ni je bergaduh-gaduh kau. That's what I learned. Orang kaya doesn't look at race. You kaya. You are the same table, same level. Sebab tu kalau you tengok ahli politik kita semua kaya-kaya. Kat parlimen bergaduh-gaduh, kat belakang boleh minum teh, minum kopi sama-sama. Sebab semua kaya.
Aduh, bahaya. Alright. Okay. Alright. Soalan seterusnya daripada Encik Zamri. Dia tanya, jika tersalah beli properti, apa tindakan yang harus dibuat? Yang pertama, siapa yang akan guide kita untuk melabur? Adakah tuan FR sendiri atau pecahkan by group dan ada guru yang ajar? Yang kedua, pada tahun 2023 akan berlaku recession. Bagaimana kita nak survive dari rugi pelaburan hartanah?
Kejap, apa soalan pertama tadi?
Dia kata kalau tersalah beli properti, apa yang harus dibuat? Siapa yang akan guide kita untuk buat pelaburan ni? FR ke ataupun pecah by group and ada guru yang ajar?
So once you become a client, you akan have access to content. You boleh tengok because these are all recording, including nak buat apa kalau you salah beli property. So that content is given, right? So I think I can give you a case study kat sini. If I recall correctly, right? I think it's this one good. Bukan. Not her. Nak mencari dia punya kisah ni. Okay, this is Iyad. Dia dah pernah salah beli property, right? And you know, we talk about multiple rental option. So she thought she only had one rental option, right? And therefore, property dia rugi lah. Negative cash flow 800. Decided to become a client. We teach her multiple rental option. She applied. Today, she go from negative 800 to positive 1,000. So sometimes, what you buy is okay, tapi you tak tahu nak buat apa. I always use this analogy lah. If I give you a Ferrari, tapi you don't know how to drive it, it's no use. The car is not going to be fast. If anything, you might be getting into an accident. So you kena faham nak buat apa dengan property tu lepas you beli. Right? So anyone kat sini yang macam tu ke guys? Dah beli property and today your property negative cash flow? Siapa macam tu? Ada tak kat sini malam ni macam tu? Right? So okay, cool. If you dah pernah beli property and today your property ni rugi, now the first thing you want to do lepas dah jadi client ni is that you go to the module nak buat apa dengan property lepas beli. Right? So we'll teach you multiple rental option and then you get to explore. Okay? What kind of rental strategy you want to put in order to increase the rental yield. Okay? So untuk mereka yang dah salah beli property, this is the first thing you want to do. You fix your current punya property. And normally when you go through 101 and apa semua tu, you also get the advice. Okay? Now, so tu cara pertama. Cara kedua tu is that if there's nothing that you can do with the property tu, then you have to buy better property to cover. So for example, macam if you buy property yang macam ni, right? Katalah you ada, siapa kat sini negative cash flow dia as of today is 1,500 from at least 1,500 and below daripada one property. Anyone here? 1,500 and below negative cash flow. Right? So you can buy good properties macam ni to offset. Right? You already have a negative cash flow from one property, let's say 1,000, 1,500. Right? Then you buy a better property to cover that negative cash flow. Okay, so dua cara. Satu, study what you need to do to go and fix the rental tu. Apply multiple rental options supaya you boleh naikkan you punya cash flow from that existing property. Nombor dua, you can cover by buying another property that give you better cash flow. Okay? So yang tu on negative cash flow. What's the other, apa tu? Izani, negative cash flow 2,000. You only need to buy dua property saja to fix 2,000. It's not life changing. It's not the end of the world. It's only dua property. Right? You only need to buy two good property, you akan cover balik 2K negative cash flow. Right? So, like I said, you know, a lot of you clients malam ni yang datang ni, most likely akan datang with some baggages of negative cash flow ke rugi kat sana apa semua tu. You settle one by one. Right? So what's the next question?
The question is, pada tahun 2023 akan berlaku recession. Bagaimana kita nak survive dari rugi pelaburan hartanah?
I think first and foremost, the idea of 2023 punya recession, I think it's already very clear. Is we don't have a recession. We have a slowdown, but we don't have a recession. Okay, that's very, very clear. Okay, now here's what is interesting though. Today we have a slowdown, right, of economy, but here's the not so good news. In a way, not so good news kalau you tak buat apa-apa, good news if you do something. Now, the not so good news here is that we have an inflation problem. Satu dunia, right, have got a inflation problem. Okay. Has rental go up or go down, guys, in the last 24 bulan? Let me ask you this question. I don't care whether you kat Malaysia ke ataupun you kat Singapore. Has rental go down or go up in the last 12 bulan? Now, for those who do not know, we just did a coverage of Singapore punya rental. Singapore punya rental, guys, sewa naik 50%. Averagely 40% in the last 20 tahun, 2 tahun dia. Okay. Last 2 tahun, 40% up. Malaysia today, you are looking at about 15 to 20%. Not as crazy as Singapore. But we are heading there. Right? Anyone here tengah menyewa? Anyone here renting or not? If ramai tengah menyewa ni, I want to give you a tip. Okay, now, if you are today renting, please be extra nice to your landlord. Okay, bagilah hantar durian ke apa ke semua tu, and lock in rental for the next 3 hingga 5 tahun harga-harga ni siap-siap. Because I can guarantee you next year your rental become more expensive. For sure. If you tak buat benda ni, total cakap you bodoh. Lock siap-siap today. Of course, before you lock it, hantarlah durian ke, get to know your landlord, apa yang dia suka, hantar hamper ke apa ke. Because I'm not kidding you. Every single rental renewal today is at least 15 to 30% higher compared to last year. Johor, even more crazy. Okay, I bagi tip mahal ni. Okay, which is why waktu OPR naik, banyak orang cakap, padan muka beli rumah banyak-banyak. Banyak penyewa cakap, padan muka beli rumah banyak-banyak. Right? The reality is that who ends up paying for the installment is always going to be penyewa. You think kalau installment kita orang naik 20 to 30%, we're not going to raise rent? For sure, we're going. We have to. And the whole market is going to do it. It's already happening kat Singapore. It's going to happen here juga. Okay? So we don't have a recession, guys. We have an inflation problem. Semua benda tengah naik harga. Daripada makan, transportation cost, minyak, all the way to sewa. So, you have two options. Kalau you tengah menyewa malam ni, right? First, macam cakap tadi, please be nice to your landlord. Negotiate. Rentals siap-siap. Okay, negotiate rentals siap-siap for the next 3 tahun. If you are a good tenant, he'll be happy to oblige you. Small increase and lock terus untuk 3 tahun. Because I can guarantee you it will be more expensive in the next 3 tahun. Okay, itu pertama. Nombor kedua is that you can do something similar to this guy. Okay, this is Ismail. This is our client. Kerja kat Singapore, duduk kat JB. He bought a kondo 4 bilik, guys. Kondo 4 bilik, bukan apartment. Kondo 4 bilik. Bayaran bulanan 1,500 saja sebulan. 1,500 saja per month. Kondo 4 bilik. He tambah 1 bilik lagi. And then he stayed in that room. And then he rents out the other 4 rooms. Okay. Here's the best part. Dia ada 5 bilik kan? Duduk 1 bilik. Ada 4 bilik lagi. These 4 rooms, he only showed to 4 people. His closing rate was 100%. He has never had to show the room twice to anyone else. Now, when you have a closing rate of 100%, guys, does it mean your price point is too expensive, fair, or too cheap? Where you tunjuk kat semua orang nak beli. What do you think? Right? His price point is too cheap. If your closing rate is 100%, guys, your price point is too cheap. If your closing rate is below, between 20 to 50%, you are fair. If your closing rate is below 30%, you are expensive. Right? Now, here's the best part. Despite being very cheap, and he can close everything within 1 month, he still dapat duduk for free. Internet is paid for, maintenance fee is paid for, and he still have additional 200 to 300 ringgit per month for cash flow. Right? You have a slowdown, But he's getting result macam ni. Now, why is he getting result macam ni? Very simple. Like I said, you buy property at the right price, your loan becomes cheaper. 1,500. 5 minit je to CIQ. I mean, kalau naik motor lah, 5 minit to CIQ. First bridge. Okay? If you are from JB ataupun Singapore, we might have another deal macam ni. 3 bilik, tak sampai 400,000. 5 minit to CIQ, guys. Kondo. Mahal ke murah? Completed lah, by the way. 5 minutes to CIQ, 5 minutes to South Key Mid Valley. Very cheap. Okay. So you got two options. Number one here is that you lock in a rental or quickly become a landlord. And kalau you single, bujang macam ni, you dapat stay for free. Right? So my clients are doing crazy stuff lah. No, they are not affected by the inflation. If anything, they are winning. So I'm hoping that you guys malam ni, after learning from our case study ni, you guys also don't choose to be on the losing side. Right? Choose to be on the winning side because you already know what's going to happen. Malaysia ke, Singapore ke, UK ke, US ke, Japan ke, we all have this one big problem, inflation problem. As a result, financing cost now is going to go up. Right? Hence, rental becomes more expensive. No choice. It's going to happen one. Right? So, be smart, guys. It's coming our way. It's already happening at Singapore. Now the spillover dekat Johor. So again, slow down, recession ke, still akan ada orang nak sewa. If you buy the right property, you put the right price, you put the right rental strategy, ada orang nak sewa. This guy tak sampai sebulan ada orang sewa. Right? Tunjuk kat orang, dia actually tak sampai 2 minggu pun kot. Noradila sama juga, tak sampai sebulan ada orang penuh sewakan. Dr. Kartini pun sama, not even more than a month. Ezakia pun sama, Faris 10 days. Even more crazy. So what I'm trying to say here is that recession ke, tak recession ke, slow down ke, tak slow down ke, people will still need roof. People still need rooms. People still need a place to stay. If you put in the right rental strategy, you put it at the right price, laku punya. Today we have a co-living arm called Utopia. In the last 30 hari, we moved 250 units. 250 bilik, guys. 250 rooms occupied in 1 month sahaja tau. So yes, slow down juga. Tapi orang still nak ada tempat tinggal. Still orang nak dapat juga duduk. Right? People still want a place to stay, right? So if you buy the right price, put the right rental strategy, inshallah you're going to be okay. But again, key thing, right price. Make sure you enter the right price. Sebab if you enter the right price, installment becomes cheaper. Okay? And by the way, today we have clients who are taking up unfair advantage financing whereby your financing cost, kalau orang luar, you buy a property that say 400,000, you kena bayar 2,000 installment per bulan, right? But today my clients, if they take our advice, their monthly installment 1,400, 1,600 is 20 to 30% cheaper. So again, you can rent at 20 to 30% cheaper, still make money. Because your cost is lower compared to most people. Faham? So again, when you become a client, you have all of this unfair advantage. Your buying cost is cheap. You have better rental strategy. You can outsource it. And ultimately, even your monthly installment per month is 20 to 30% cheaper compared to outside. Okay, so make sure beli property itu you ada massive unfair advantage. Then recession ke, tak recession ke, slow down ke, tak slow down ke, you still gonna be okay.
All right. Talking about Singapore, we have a question for Singaporean. I believe he's a Singaporean. But before that, I would like to remind we are close to our end of our offer. A few minutes, less than 10 minutes. Kejap lagi nak habis. So siapa yang nak dapatkan unfair advantage, all the benefits that to enjoy all the benefits that FR told just now, bolehlah jadi client before 11:59. Okay.
Guys,
Alright.
last 5 minutes, right? Before we end our promo price, like I said, I just want to remind everyone, if you become a client before 12, you get money back guarantee, right? Number two here is that, as I mentioned, starting from next month, it will be a new price point, a new package. Today, our package, is 3-year, 7-year membership, right? And you can buy unlimited property for exactly the same price of 2008 or 4008. Okay. Starting from next month, it'll be a per purchase. So every time you want to buy something, you have to pay additional. Right? So please take advantage. Right? Number one, you got money back guarantee if you sign up before 12. And number two here, package for next month will be very different. Right? So please take advantage. Right? It has never been, in a way, it's never been cheaper to become a client over time. It gets more expensive over time. So the earlier you become a client, the better. Okay? Go ahead, Amalina.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
This question from Nash Bachman. If a Singaporean want to invest on Malaysia property, what's the minimum amount?
So now, if you're a Singaporean, you have to remember every state has got a different ruling, right? In terms of what's the minimum price you can buy, right? If you're a foreigner, right, and you're looking to buy something in Malaysia, you have to remember, kalau Johor is about 1 million, right? Now they've revised it to 700 ke 750,000. KL is 1 million, Selangor is 2 million. Okay, Selangor is 2 million. So here's the cool thing about becoming a client of far.academy, right? Most of our deals, for example, like this one in KL, the original price is 1 million. So you can actually buy this, but you're not buying at 1 million. You're actually buying at 560,000. You are paying cheaper than most local. But because the original price was 1 million, you get to buy this. Okay. Let me see what else. This one, for example, are the ones in Johor. Right? Are the ones in Johor. The first two, the price point is over 1 million. Right? So basically on paper, it's above 1 million. But the actual price that you are buying is all below $500 million. Because your discount is more than 50%. So the minimum official price is 1 million, guys, for Johor and KL. But as a far capital client, you can even buy this at 400,000. Because you get 65% discount. So I will say this, right? Most people out of Singapore that you know, who buy property in Malaysia for the last couple of years, they all lose money because why? They pay foreigner price to buy a Malaysia property. They pay 800,000, they pay 1 million. Right? If you are out of Singapore, please make sure you don't do that. Please make sure you pay local price point. Please make sure you pay exactly the same price as per what a local would buy. And that's really your biggest advantage when you decided to become a far.academy. You literally pay local price point. And here's the best part. For locals who are not client of far.academy, they pay more expensive than you. Okay. So, like I said, those are the limits. But at far.academy, those limits doesn't matter simply because SBA price point is all above 1 million, but you buy at 50, 60, 40% discount. And therefore you pay local price point. Okay.
All right. Okay. Next question from Mavin Chin. FR, if no more 2 for 90% loan quota, what would you suggest for the next step to be?
It's not a problem. Anyone here on 70% financing? own more than 2 property, cannot get 90% loan anymore? Who does that? Cannot get 90% loan anymore. No more 90% loan. Ramai tak? Okay. Just be a client. Look at the properties that we are buying. We got 40, 50, 60, 70% discount. No problem. Our best deal, guys, in terms of no capital, is that at 70% financing, you still get 80,000 cashback. Okay. These are all property which is discount more than 50%, right? And for example, for this like this, your discount is close to 30%. So that means you just make sure you buy a renovation fee. Right? You no longer need down payment, but you have to pay for renovation fee. Right? Which is still quite cheap. Right? So our price point advantage is actually quite real, guys. So at 70% loan, you can literally buy in KL. You can literally buy in JB. Almost zero down, if not zero down. In some cases, you even get 50, 100,000 cashback. So, for those who are 70% LTV, be a client. Senang cerita, dapat shortcut. You're going to get deals that you can buy. Even on 70% loan. Okay?
All right. Okay. Next question from Nur Shahira. Would you mind to tell how far capital be able to make those with high commitment be bankable? Are you going to ask the client to do side job as a financial planner or a estate negotiator or and all?
Okay. So, Shahira question here is that how do we make people to be bankable? Actually, if you want to do side job, that's fine, but you're not required to go and do a side job, right? So all I have to do is to understand how does the bank see you? How do you make yourself to become bankable? In a lot of cases, I would say more than 50%, you're not required to go and do a side job. Okay, Shaira? So all you have to do is to smartly position yourself in a way whereby you can make yourself to be bankable. So that's point one, right? Point number two here is that just because you are unbankable for CIMB doesn't mean you are unbankable for all banks. You know what I mean? Right? So when you become a client, we will know which bank that can serve you. Okay? You're not required to go and do a side job. Right? Now, which client that we will ask to go and do hustle income and side job is that sampai kat sini income wise below 3,000 ringgit per month. Who here tonight, from an income point of view, you are actually below 3,000 ringgit per month. Now, if you are tonight under 3,000 ringgit per month kind of salary and you decided to become a client, I wouldn't ask you to go buy a property as your first priority for the next 12 bulan. The next 12 months, you are better off focusing on doing hustle income. Right? So apa tu? If you do hustle income, you can increase your income by 2,000-3,000 per month. It's not that difficult. Right? And if you have a 3,000 salary and a 2,000 to 3,000 additional hustle income per month, that's the side job lah, right? Then you'll be a lot more comfortable buying your first property compared to you buying it on a 3,000 ringgit salary. Right? So, Shaira, long story short, you become a client, you're going to submit documents, we're going to look at your income profile. If you are unbankable today, we'll tell you what you need to do, which loan to pay off first. What are the things that you have to do, tenancy agreement and apa semua tu, in order to make you bankable. And this process, like I said, takes 3 months, 6 months. Then you can buy. Not necessarily you have to go do side jobs. The people that we ask to go to hustle income or side jobs, basically, are people which income-wise below 3,000 per month. That would be the one whereby, this category whereby, if income you rendah, I will ask you to go do hustle income. Sebab it's not difficult to make 2-3 ribu hustle income out of properties. I have student university buat 100,000 setahun. Part time in properties. 100,000 per year in properties. Student university, part time. Right? So in those instances, I will ask you to go do hustle income. Okay, Syara clear? And for those yang bawah 3,000 gaji satu day, when you become a client, I want you to be very clear. Your goal shouldn't be buying a property first in the next 6 bulan, but it's really to increase your income. Cool? Okay, faham?
Alright, okay. Ada 3 orang tanya soalan tentang usia yang over 40 lah. Okay, saya akan bacakan 3 ni. Yang pertama dari Kai Z. Sorry join lambat. Saya 41 tahun this year. Sudah single, anak 2, basic 2K plus commission. Is this plan valid ke untuk saya join? Sebab pernah try beli rumah myself, tapi sebab usia tak dapat beli property sebab loan tenure max 29 tahun sahaja. Yang kedua from Jenny, for age 49 years old, masih sempat ke beli 2 or 3 property or not? No property yet and only car loan debt. Third one from Melissa Lauders, is 43 too late to start? Married, no kids, I own property fully paid. Currently rented out, looking for own still landed and investment property. Currently renting. Can Far Capital help if I sign up with package A? Melissa ada extra question. Dia tanya with rental investment, how is income tax calculated?
The income tax is calculated on top of your base income, Melissa. So basically, it depends on your tax record. If your current tax record, you're already paying, let's say, 22% tax, then you got to pay 22% tax on your rental income surplus too. Right? So it's on top of whatever current tax bracket you have. Now, is 43, 49, 41 too late? The answer is no. So here's the thing, right? When you are, siapa kat sini above 35? So mohon bagi tahu. Siapa kat sini above 35, right? So now, if you are above 35, you have one disadvantage, right? Whereby your loan is shorter. You can take maximum 70 years loan, so you can no longer take 35 years loan, right? So that's your disadvantage. Your advantage is that when you're above 35, normally income-wise, you are better compared to those who are 35, right? So now, when your loan is shorter, means every month becomes more expensive. Okay, itu kalau you buat sendiri. Kat Fakir, because again, we have unfair advantage in everything. You can take loan whereby your monthly installment is similar to someone which is 25. So that's what I would advise you go and do. Doesn't matter whether you're 49 or 41, make sure you take unfair advantage loan in your purchase so that your monthly installment is equivalent to a guy who's 25 years old. So cash flow you pun sama je. See, bagus kan Far Capital ni kan, right? So, not too late. In fact, if you're above 40, definitely you should be a client of Far Cap for 2 reasons. Number 1, you get unfair advantage when your loan will teach you how to get it. Number 2, when you are slightly older, you cannot afford to make a mistake because every mistake, every wrong property you buy is too expensive for you to pay. If you make a mistake at 25, you have 35, 40 more years to recover. At 45, if you buy the wrong property and you are retiring in 10 years, it's not good. So, please be a client. Make sure when you buy a property, you get unfair advantage in price point, you get unfair advantage in loan, so that you have unfair advantage when it comes to rental as well. Boleh ya? Those who are above 40, please, if can, just be a client. It's too small of investment to pay for you to buy the property at the right price, and then you get the cash flow. Because you take unfair advantage in your loan. Clear? So, I don't care, even if you are 60, you can still do this. But normally when you are, let's say 60, you would probably want to buy with your kids. Which is why, again, I remember this is a family package. Your kids can buy together with you. They don't have to pay anything extra. You can bring an investment partner. It can be your spouse. It can be your family member. It can be your brother, sister, kids. Okay.
All right, thank you. Next from Tivina Rajendran. I see nowadays properties are blooming like a mushroom. If everyone in buying properties, what will happen in future? Will there be oversupply?
So there's a difference between opinion and facts and data, right? So Tivina, what you mentioned, I think is your observation. You might not be wrong, but from a data point of view, the data is very clear. Malaysia property ownership 70%. As of today, general property ownership Malaysia 70%. Property ownership for people below 30 years old is below 50%. Okay. So property banyak ke? The answer is no. If you look at the supply, right, there's going to be 8 million people who will enter the age of 28 to 40 in the next 10 years. Let me repeat. There will be 8 million people who will enter the age of 28 to 40 in the next 10 years. Now, 8 million people, not all 8 will buy property, right? Simply because they get married, from 8, let's say you divide by 2, you have 4 million households. So you still need roughly 4 million property. Do you know how many properties, new properties we are building every year in Malaysia? Less than 100,000. So if you build 100,000 new properties per year, you will have 1 million additional property in the next 10 years. Versus 8 juta orang. 4 million household. If you can do the math, then you will know the outcome will only be one towards property prices.
All right. Okay. From Ayong Lee, if you are buying a house from this program, but we end up with no tenant and our commitment become more higher because of this, will you give hand on this matter?
So, I don't know what you mean by give hand. You nak bagi tangan siapa? Tangan Amalina ke? Tangan Kisina ke? Tangan I ke? I'm not sure if my hand, will help you in any way kalau you salah beli property and tak dorang sewa. So which is why we made it very clear, right? Everything has got a risk, right? The key thing for you, irrespective whether you become a client ataupun tidak, is that you understand what you are buying. Who's going to rent it? Okay. So, which is why, we over-educate our client. Right? We over-educate our client. You tengok kat Fakab ni kan. I'll give you an example lah. If you launch one property, that one property will have about 70 to 100 slides. Just to explain what you are buying, Property ni kat mana, harga dia berapa, harga sekeliling berapa, who's going to rent from you, what kind of rental you can get. And we buy property with multiple rental strategy. So that means boleh sewa per kepala, boleh sewa per house, per room, boleh buat Airbnb, right? So you want to buy property yang ada multiple rental option, right? So now, is there a guarantee for any of this? The answer is no. Right? My job and my team's job is to do our best to make sure our research is accurate. So that when you buy the property, the results become predictable. Okay, results become predictable. Right now. Siapa kat sini risau kalau beli rumah tak ada orang sewa? Anyone macam tu malam ni? I think I've asked this before in the recording, right? Right? So, ramai, right? I already given you the tips. Number one is to buat a fake advertisement tu. Right? Remember, right? You can do that. Kalau you nak. Okay? And once you have done your homework, then you will know what you are buying. Okay? Now, the other thing that you can do here is that you buy something yang memang ada cashback. Okay, so now, here's the brilliant thing about becoming a client. When we say you boleh beli tanpa modal, we really mean tanpa modal. Means what? You beli tu memang down payment tak payah nak bayar, down payment tak payah bayar. The renovation pun dapat pada cashback. And on top of that, ada additional extra pada cashback. To the point, kalau the next 1 year tak ada orang sewa pun, you ada duit lagi untuk bayar property tu. Okay. Now, if you tonight is the type yang memang tak ada cash and you asking me this question, then I think you tak ada cash, right? Tak ada lebihan cash setiap bulan and you tak ada extra cash for savings. Then please make sure that you buy a property yang ada additional cashback enough to cover at least 12 bulan. So guys, so far kat Fakab ni tak pernah ada lagi rekod 12 bulan tak ada orang sewa, tak ada. 6 bulan pun tak ada. 3-4 bulan ada. Right? But so far 1-2 bulan tu you can get 70-80% occupancy rate. Okay. Ni kat Fakab punya rekod lah. So if you are worried about this, please make sure you buy property tu yang ada sufficient cashback. Cukup untuk last you for 1 year. So your worst case scenario tak ada orang sewa 1 year, you pakai duit cashback untuk bayar installment. Itu worst case scenario tau. I'm not saying you should use it, but I'm saying worst case scenario. Kalau you memang takut sangat, please make sure you buy something yang boleh bagi you additional cashback supaya you ada additional savings. Okay. And of course, bila kita launch property tu, please make sure you fully understand apa yang you bakal beli. Jangan malas. Tengok info pack, baca, pergi tengok our video. Fully understand who's going to rent. Understand what is the risk. You're not comfortable, tak payahlah beli dulu. Wait for the next one. Until you are very comfortable. Then you beli. Boleh? So 2 things. Number 1, iklan palsu tu. You boleh buat to go and test market. Number 2, beli property ada cashback supaya even installment for the next 12 bulan tu is covered already. So you don't have to think. Alright? And of course, third one, please make sure you study betul-betul. Apa yang kita bagi tahu tu pergi validate. Okay.
Alright. Thank you FR. Risau banyak tangannya nak dikorbankan ni. Okay.
Minta tangan ni kan. Ni minta ni kan.
Kaki, kepala semua minta kejap lagi. Risau. Okay. Alright, I believe kalau this will be the last question kalau tak ada soalan lain. The rest team tengah tolong jawab. Alright, okay, from Fazrin. Betul ke title Rumah Selangorku atau Rumah WIP tiada value untuk dijual semula? Minta pandangan dan pencerahan.
Fazrin, bukan rumah WIP, Rumah Selangorku tak ada value, tapi you tak boleh jual. Dia ada kekangan. Rumah WIP, Rumah Selangorku minimum 5 tahun hingga 10 tahun kekangan. So means supaya beli tu, you tak boleh jual. So bukan masalah tak ada value. You memang tak boleh jual. Haram. Unless you ada special reason untuk jual. So, it's not dia tak ada value. Value tu ada. But you memang tak boleh jual. Ada kekangan. Right? Which is why, for example, macam today kan, I'm very proud to go and say, for this particular deal dekat Selangor, this is cheaper than Rumah Selangorku. Tapi tak ada sekatan. You faham tak? Rumah Selangorku harga lebih kurang sama. Tapi yang tu ada sekatan. Tak boleh nak jual, tak boleh nak sewa. Our property ni freehold, tak ada sekatan. Tapi harga lebih kurang sama. Right? So jangan beli benda yang bagi you sekatan. You tak ada option. Tak boleh sewa, tak boleh jual. Right? Tak boleh sewa tu banyak orang cakap, pandai-pandai lah kan. And banyak je orang sewakan. Sebab kalau lepas tu kena tangkap, kena bayar penalti, nasib lah. Jual memang tak boleh. Sebab you kena minta konsep. Yang tu memang tak boleh. Okay? So dia bukan tak ada harga, dia cuma banyak sekatan. So bila banyak sekatan tu, you nak jual pun tak boleh lah. Even ada harga tak boleh jual. You cannot sell it. Dia macam HDB kat Singapore. Within certain years tak boleh.
Alright, thank you so much FR for all the answers. We answer more than 100 questions today. And congratulations for those who had signed up as a Far Capital client. Don't forget to check your email for the details and join your first class as a Far Capital client tomorrow 9 p.m. Any last word before we end this session, FR?
Okay, first and foremost, I really want to thank you for staying all the way until the end, right? And apa tu, I really hope after spending close to 4 jam dengan kita daripada pukul 8.30 tadi until now dah lebih dari pukul 12, start semalam habis hari ni. I really hope you learn something new. Okay, you learn something new, you get inspired by the case study, of our clients ya. Sebab I really want you to know that there's nothing as impossible daripada blacklist kepada AKPK, kepada banyak hutang, kepada tak ada hutang dan apa semua tu. These are all mathematics. Once you faham the step and the process tu, it can be done. There's nothing magical. It's not too good to be true. Right? It's just there's a formula. Once you buat benda tu, you akan dapat result. Right? So I'm hoping that juga berdasarkan apa yang you dapat tengok malam ni yang belajar tu, you do something with your life. Sebab tak guna you belajar banyak-banyak tapi you don't do anything with it. Right? Your life is not going to change. Right? No one can help you if you just belajar tapi tak buat apa-apa. And your life can only change bila you mula buat. Alright? So it doesn't matter whether you become a client ataupun tak penting. Yang penting is that what do you do dengan information yang you dapat malam ni? Right? I sincerely pray and hope anyone who attended malam ni punya session, right? 1 year from now, you have lesser debt, you have more savings, and hopefully you own at least 1 or 2 property tanpa modal. And good ones lah, hopefully, bukan jadi beban. So I really sincerely pray and hope for that. And for those who have signed up to become a client, I think we have quite a fair bit malam ni. Welcome to the 1% Club. InsyaAllah kita jumpa tonight, Monday night, pukul 9 for your first class. Please make sure that you sign up, you pick up, you submit all the required documents so that we can proceed to the next step. And for those who qualify, minggu depan pun dah boleh beli property. So that's how fast you can actually take action, get result dekat Far Capital. Right? So with that, I want to thank you for your time again. I wish you the very best. Again, I wish you kurang hutang, more cash flow, better properties in the next 12 bulan. And I hope your life can be transformed, because the moment you transform your financial intelligence, you can really transform your life. That's what I have done as a B40, anak pekerja kerajaan and bapa buat car wash, and thousands of my clients who have done the same, right? So I'm hoping that tonight you got inspired, right? And you're going to do something in your life for the next 12 bulan. With that, Assalamualaikum, good night semua, and have a good week ahead. And for our new clients, I'm going to see you tonight malam ni pukul 9. Good night semua. Assalamualaikum, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Good night. Assalamualaikum.